What's that funky okie? Leon Russell. It is the Bennington Show. Hashtag Bennington, if you're listening through a Twitter phone. The Twitter phones are out there now, brand new models, and they're unbelievable.
I love mine. I couldn't live without it.
I'm addicted. I can't live without it.
As soon as I got it, I couldn't live without it.
I'm addicted to everything technological. Already they're tweeting in. Look what Lurch writes. Yes, it's time for hashtag Bennington, buddies. See, we wouldn't have known that without Twitter.
I know.
That's why I'm addicted.
Oh, my God.
People like Lurch.
Twitteraholic.
Look at this one from Fanatic. These intros to Bennington are great. Hashtag Bennington. Ez says, Thirsty Thursday. I'll have a shot of Bennington 2015, please. Make it a double. See? Mike says, I need my hashtag Bennington like Chris Stanley needs horseshoes. Hashtag Centaur Life.
And he does need those.
Spider. I'm going to be late to Bennington. Need 10 minutes to watch the end of Mr. Robot. Don't trust those fucks not to spoil it.
Come on. We always give spoiler alerts.
I didn't see Mr. Robot last night, but I don't care one way or another. I may not watch it at all.
I did see it.
Is it worth me jumping back into? Or is it...
Yeah, it'll throw you for a new loop.
Yeah, I'm not getting thrown by a loop. Something has to have a plot that I'm really caught up into before I find myself, oh, what a swerve. I didn't see that coming.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just a different type of loop.
It all exists inside of a crazy boy's head. Is that it?
That's still, yes, the problem. See, he was right, actually.
Yeah.
Can't trust us.
Yeah, we will ruin everything. I'm tuning in to listen to the genius that is Ron and Gail. Chuck says, did you guys play all the way from Memphis this week? We did.
We certainly
for
did.
Rock and Roll Piano.
That was Tuesday.
Hashtag Bennington like Chris Stanley. I forgot to put on pants today.
Damn it.
Becoming a problem.
Justin says, bringing morning to the afternoon. Hashtag Bennington. I don't know what that means.
I'm going to take it as a compliment. Just because I don't understand it.
Sure.
I think because we keep things fresh. Fresh as a daisy.
I guess it's because we will serve breakfast 24 hours.
That's for certain. I'm always ready for breakfast.
What was the Stephen Wright joke? Was that Stephen Wright when he said open 24 hours but not in a row? That was like seriously one of my favorite jokes of all time. So, by the way, Gail found something that has given me so much joy today. It's the Nicki Minaj wax thing.
Yes.
You have it up on the iBank. But first, I did not know that. Is she topless in this?
No, she's scantily clad.
Okay,
so there's not much of a top.
G-string and a tiny top, and it's a wax, and she's bent over as if she's howling at the moon. Now, you could look at that and go, "Whoa, what a strange wax figure." But then the next pictures show what the fans are doing, which is doggy styling her. There's the first one, her wax figure, and. Is the wax museum getting upset about this, or
yes, they are.
I think it's all part of the fun.
They are concerned, and they're considering now rearranging the set so people aren't allowed to get close enough where they're able to take pictures.
You're ruining it for everyone.
No, this is part of it.
This guy's just rubbing butt.
Yep,
this is a little less offensive than the doggy style. And my favorite is the girl who's eating bunghole.
Yep,
a girl just leans over and starts to eat that bung.
She tossed that salad like her name was Romaine.
I wish that wasn't so dead on. Is that your favorite song?
Yeah, it's pretty much my favorite of all time.
By the way, a lot of people don't realize Bernie Taupin wrote those lyrics for them. Wow. Yeah, he doesn't write any music at all, and he never actually sits with the artist. He just sends the lyrics in a sealed envelope. Yeah, I think the salad tosser is much funnier than the doggy style banger. But this is total freak nasty.
Oh, it's freak nasty, and And Waxy Nikki has no say in the matter.
Now, the deal is, this would actually could have happened in real life. Well, this could be any show of hers. I would send Joe there, but I don't know if Joe has the funds. Do you have the money to go there?
I don't have the money. Well, I mean,
he changed
I do.
His whole character.
Well, no, I just invested it in my own Madame Tussauds in Reno, and it's just bombing right now.
All right, Joe. Because I always got a kick out of his other bit.
I know. Toonies, the loonies, the money's not an issue.
Money is not an issue to me. Is the funniest thing of all time.
I just got word that it just took off and I have money again.
Okay, it's not as good. There's a college professor in England who claims that he's going to live as David Bowie through his many different trends, and he claims that this is important work that he's doing. And I say this is more LARPing.
No, this is just like a weird phase. Don't act like this is anything other than, you're just doing a weird thing. Enjoy, if that's what you want to do.
I am no longer the man who fell to earth. I am now Halloween Jack.
Oh, God.
And I will be back tomorrow as the Thin White Duke.
Can you not come to Thanksgiving like that, please?
I have to, Mother, for a year.
You're going to upset your granny.
These are the changes I'm going through this year.
It never stops.
I don't see how this helps anything or does anything other than you yourself playing Halloween for a goddamn year.
Yes.
You're just nuts.
And you want everyone to accept you, so you've put a little spin on it.
Don't I look like a diamond dog now, Mother?
Yes, you do.
But I would say this, there's very few people that you could do this with.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
First one that comes to mind, Madonna. You could go through phases of Madonna, probably.
You could go through phases of Madonna, Bowie, Elvis.
Yes.
Although you'd have to, a dangerous weight gain at one point. I would spend most of my time as Hawaii Elvis because it's very comfortable.
We know Hawaii Elvis was not that long.
And sometimes Hawaii Elvis would have a ukulele that he also wouldn't play. You ever see him with, sometimes he'd bring a guitar out and he'd strum it twice, and then he would just turn it sideways and start to push it.
Poke it in people's faces.
Yeah, right? Hey, man, look at this guitar. I'm making the music that you hear behind me. No, you're not, Elvis. Karate Elvis would be a fun one to play.
Yeah.
I guess the Beatles, you could go through your little mod into psychedelic, and then finally hairy, furious Beatles.
Yeah.
The Beatles who stopped being fun.
It's not as many fun phases as, say, like Bowie or Madonna, but sure, you could do that.
But if you look at certain bands, you could never do it because they stay exactly the same.
Yeah.
There was a Pearl Jam documentary that Cameron Crowe did, and I swear to God, I have no idea what era we're in right now, because the sound had zero change over 25 years.
And they were still kind of dressing the same.
Yeah, it just became less singable. You know what I mean? Less hooky.
Right. Metallica, just halfway through the year, you cut your hair. That's
Metallica. And I was furious when they did that.
Oh, I know. I know it hurt you, so.
They sold Outica on me. They sold Outica, excuse me. And why do you decide to cut your hair as a band? Our band's cutting our hair next week.
Guys, the appointment's at 3. Don't be late.
The album should have been all 4 of them just sitting in a barber shop. One of them crying. I'm going to guess the guitar player, whatever his name is. I think Mickey Finn.
Mm-hmm, that's him.
That's what I call him. But, there's not a lot of bands that you could do that with.
I mean, I guess it's not really a phase, but you could do in a year as many costumes of Lady Gaga, if you will.
Yeah, I don't. Her thing just seemed to be too Broadway for me.
Yeah, it would be inexpensive. As well.
I mean, I would probably just wear the meat thing too long, and everybody would be mad at me. You know your suit stinks.
Smells.
It's 5 days you've had on the meat suit.
It's turning into jerky.
I really was mad when she did the meat suit that she didn't lay on a grill. I would have thought if she would have done that, she's not popular anymore, right?
I don't think she is. I mean, I think she's probably doing, her thing, and I think she still probably has a decent fan base, but she's not.
She's not in the papers, top of the charts. Everybody's talking about her. Who's she dating?
Yeah.
Nobody
cares.
No one cares who she's dating. I think she was replaced by Mr. Chris Pratt. Because I would have thought she would have gotten those same roles.
I know.
She would have been the Guardian of the Galaxy, and she would have been, I think, the name of that was called Dinosaur Town. Chris Pratt did a movie this year called Dinosaur Town. It made $2 billion, and no one ever talks about it to this day.
Nope. But Lady Gaga would have been great in Dinosaur Town. I think.
The dinosaur.
Yeah.
Just her going, baby dinosaur.
Cute.
Yeah.
The cutest of all baby animals.
Oh, jeez. You just want to feed her. Look at her little dinosaur paws. Is it a paw or a hoof? What is it, a paw? Hoof? Anyway, I need the big knife. Okay, but bring it back, okay? Because I need that. Yeah, sure, Mom.
I would like to spend a year as Cyndi Lauper, but just the one phase, really, with all the tulle and the neon and bangles.
You put up a piece that's the number one thing on the iBank today too. Puppy versus doorstop. Everyone
my God.
Crazy about. What is that all about?
Are you kidding me with this puppy?
Puppies give you joy?
I think they give everyone joy, and this puppy in particular, just plain attack dog.
So, oh man, I forgot those kind of doorstops. I used to get in trouble for kicking one at my house all day. Wow, that puppy seems like a fake toy puppy.
It's not even real.
So it's the noise that freaks him out?
You can't be in a bad mood and look at this guy.
I got the perfect name for this puppy, too.
What is it?
Puppy child. That's
puppy child?
Yeah. Puppy child is what I'd call him.
I love it.
Is that a puppy or a Muppet? Which one is it?
It really
Which
looks like
adorable thing is it?
It's a Muppy.
Ugh, there's a thing that you can't be alone with. You just crush the head.
Oh, yeah.
Get it away from me.
I like to just fucking get like a scissor hold around its neck, and just use my legs just to crush it.
See, I couldn't hold a puppy like that. I would be afraid I would just bite its little paw.
If I had a bat, I'd just start smashing it because I love it so much.
I love you so much.
Or if I came in with a golf club, I'd probably drive it like fucking 90 yards with its little legs going back and forth, and I'd yell, "I love you," while it was falling back to earth. I'd put that puppy in a slingshot right now. Fuck.
Get away from me, puppy. You're so cute.
Shoot it right into fire. I make just like the warmest, funnest s'mores of all time. That fucking puppy is unbelievably cute.
It actually looks like a cartoon puppy. Like if you drew a puppy, it would be that puppy.
I saw a woman walking through here today, had an adorable baby, and the baby had taken off her, I don't know, I'm talking like a 6-month-old baby. The baby took off her sunglasses and was just twirling it around. Like, what are these? Like, so excited. And I love that baby so much, I almost headbutted it. I was just going to blast it.
Run, baby. If you know what's good for you, run.
I could have put that baby into a Steiner recliner.
Oh, God.
I think a lot of the old WCW fans know where I'm coming from with that.
Oh, yeah. But no, wait.
This Sunday night is SummerSlam. And I'm just hoping that the good guys beat the bad guys.
Oh, God.
I hate when the bad guys win.
God willing.
I mean, I don't mind if the bad guys are winning for like 20 minutes and then they lose to the good guys.
You know what I like? Truth, justice, the American way.
Well, you like Superman then?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going with Joe, but I don't even know if he's got the money for tickets.
Money's not an issue for me.
So,
Yay! He did it.
he's back.
After I won that ladder match.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to hear Joe do that joke again, go to On Demand 3 days from now because he's going to change it around a little bit. He does a thing called Every Show's the Same on Demand.
That's a unique idea.
What do you do? It's piecemeal with you, Joe?
No, that will be correct. That has been corrected, and the show will not go up later. It'll go up later today, the correct one. But yes, it's piecemeal.
Shelby, is that you? No. That was the last thing I think he said to Chris. Yeah, let's go over here to John. John in Shaolin. What's up, John? We don't have John? The thing is out? No one's talking to me.
Right here. It's working now.
Oh, God. John in Shaolin, you are on now, buddy.
Yeah, there we are. How about Peter Gabriel? You do phases of him?
Let's see. The phase where no one cared about Genesis.
Yeah, right.
The phase where no one really cared about Peter Gabriel. The next phase, Peter Gabriel's a giant star. Oh, but so is Genesis, even without him. Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Yeah, it is weird.
Like, they spent like 7 years or something together where people are like, oh, I guess they could open a concert.
Huh. Irrelevant phases.
Yeah, I don't know why. And then they went both, and then they both got successful. I don't know if that's ever happened to another band before.
Yeah, I like Peter Gabriel. I feel like
Okay.
Peter Gabriel, Genesis, what's his name from Genesis, the other one?
Phil Collins?
Phil Collins.
Yeah.
I feel like they're remembered in a mocky, jokey kind of way.
Well, certainly Genesis and Phil Collins both did what would be known back then as selling out. It's not known that way today. Today, it's called expanding your brand. But I just feel like if Genesis was around today, they'd be doing periscopes like Jenny Hutt.
They're Selloutica.
Check out my periscope, everybody. Look, we drink water at the breaks. We got to start periscoping.
I know.
Everyone else is doing it.
Would people watch? Would they watch the periscopes?
No one watches Periscope. That's the beauty of it.
I don't know. Whenever I see Jenny doing it, she's got all these hearts.
The hearts don't mean shit.
They're throwing hearts at her. I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
she gets a lot of hearts.
It doesn't mean that a heart is a person. Anyone could just hit a string of hearts at any time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the hearts just mean like I like this right now in this moment, and people are just tapping hearts.
I don't know if they tap the hearts or not. I think you're focusing too much on the hearts.
It's hard not to. They're all over the place.
Less on the fact that there's, and I'm not saying Jenny, but I've seen it where there's like 7 or 8 people. And you could, if you go to Periscope through your Twitter, you'll see that these things spring up and like people are getting nobody, so they just hang up again. Or just like, I guess that's nothing. I saw a New York comic practicing his material before he went to the club to do it. He was a youngster. Yeah,
right.
He was a youngster.
And he was like, what do you guys think of this? That's your private time.
Yeah. And I just said along the message, that's Big J's material. And then he went, it is not. I know Big J, and he's a friend of mine, and this is not his material. Well, then that was Louis J. Gomez's. And that's the beauty of Periscope.
Stanley, I've seen you on a Periscope before.
Which Periscope?
I saw you on Louis J. Gomez.
Oh, yes.
The real ass dude.
At the Montreal Comedy Festival, I was smoking a cigarette, and he just ran up to me because I saw Louis about 6 times a day up there. It's like, hey, we're periscoping now. Like, what? Okay. And then I was just smoking cigarettes, and he was yelling things into the Periscope as I was confused.
I was watching it just
How did that not go viral or mini viral?
I know. That should have gone.
I think the problem is Periscopes don't last. They're there and they're gone. So
is that the problem, or is that the beauty of it? Like any moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
Each moment in time.
This moment's gone.
Gone.
Oh, God.
And this one? Gone.
That one I think is still here, though. It feels like it stayed.
Okay, but now it's gone.
Oh, yeah, now it's gone. It's already gone.
It's weird when you think of it, though.
We're all inside a periscope right now.
This periscope called Earth.
Periscope Earth is a new documentary film that I'm hoping to kickstart and go fun.
Go too.
I've got a $300,000 goal.
300,000.
Yes.
Nice.
There's been those things have done over $1 million. Why them and not me? Why not my idea for Planet Periscope?
Why not Raven?
Time takes a cigarette is what I'm calling it.
Mm-hmm.
But the beauty of Periscope is that it's already giving way to Meerkat. There's something else.
Now, what's the deal with Meerkat? How is it different than Periscope?
It's upside down. So it's like it's like a Periscope, but you see everybody upside down. It's like if you lived in the other hemisphere, the upside down hemisphere. People in Australia, finally, the blood runs to their head because they're on the wrong side of Earth.
I don't know how they do it.
Well, they do it because they were born that way, and they're fucking basically goddamn wall hangers. They're disgusting. No offense to them.
Oh, yeah. You definitely didn't mean any offense by that.
There's a female Viagra that is coming to the market, and I think it's great because finally women will be able to get erect penises. But
that's been my problem.
I remember being a kid, and the urban myth lie about Spanish fly.
Oh, yeah.
That they had always told us when you're like 5th or 6th grade. And I bet this still happens, but you learn sexual things from lying older boys, right? Mm-hmm. And they would always say, I gave this bitch a Spanish fly and she went crazy, right? And then, by the time you get to be in your teens, you're like, oh, so it's not real? Spanish flies, just a lie that they sell in the back of, comic books or whatever. But now this basically, I guess, could be the real Spanish fly has finally come to life. They're going to be dosing women with female Viagra.
Is this something that we needed?
I've never heard a woman say whatever the equivalent of I couldn't get it up. I wanted to have sex, but I couldn't.
I've never heard a woman say that. I have never heard a woman say like, just wasn't happening tonight. I don't know what's the thing. What am I missing?
It seems like any problem that they have there, a good lube would solve.
Honestly, just put your mind to it, honey.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Think of something else. But it sounds like they said they've sold 7 crates of this to a William Cosby, but no one else seems to be interested.
They've sold out already.
The leak is out.
Genesis? Fuck. It really pisses me off.
Selloutica.
Studio. I didn't know that people make fun of Peter Gabriel, though.
Yeah, they're all mocked.
Really?
And I don't understand why.
Well, take a look at a little fucking tune called "In Your Eyes." See if you can write something better, you pricks.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you know what? There's the hipsters make fun of any classic rockers. It's it's their thing.
Is that
because
what they do?
Their music is so fucking great.
I don't know. I thought the hipsters do like older music.
Well, then who hates you too? Then
everyone, I think.
Everyone is. Have you ever seen what a stadium looks like when they play? So that isn't everyone.
I don't know who they are. Someone's
Hipsters.
upset.
I just say hipsters.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't even know if hipsters think about you two. I don't think it doesn't occur to them.
Okay. I don't know who it is. Someone out there, not the fans of you two, seem to be spreading the U2. You have an opinion on this, Chris?
I was thinking about U2 once.
Good.
And I was like, I guess I like the Joshua Tree. But then I thought, wait, no, I like it up until that they did that song for Tomb Raider. So I didn't think I liked U2, but I've liked most of their catalog. It's very weird.
Joshua Tree was when they were at their absolute peak. Then the next thing they did was that weird live movie that's fucking hilarious in its sincerity. The strangeness of them actually going to Elvis's grave and singing, even though Spinal Tap had parodied it 2 years earlier. They still went along with it. So you do like them.
And I think people like repeat saying that like Bono's a dick. I think people just hear that and say Bono.
Well, I do think he's a dick for raising all that money for Africa. That's fucking so much stupider than knowing where to get a great fucking latte. You know what I mean? And really focusing on that. It is the Bennington show. It's a Thursday. Tomorrow morning, we're up bright and early to do Opie Radio. And I already pointed this out to you guys. I recommend that everybody gets here early for the sound check because there is a band showing up at Fox News and they do the sound check when we're there in the morning. That had a little hit called Sister Christian. So this is going to be bigger than life.
I cannot wait.
I'm going to be here with bells on.
Don't, dude. I want to hear the band.
Not too many bells.
Well, if it's like just a couple bells.
It's going to distract
Why don't you
them.
just come here with bell bottoms on? That would be even better. No, don't play this thing. You're like one of those guys who plays the fucking album on the way to the concert. You got to be like, turn this shit off.
Tomorrow.
I don't like to hear it before or after the big show.
And don't wear the band shirt tomorrow either.
I am. And I'm going to be getting some Famous Daves.
Every Friday morning.
They have the barbecue sandwiches. Famous Dave shows up.
I mean, we got to be there out front because if we see it on the television, they only plan for like 20 seconds at a time.
Yeah, and I think the casualness of a sound check is way better than a concert anyway.
It's cool.
I like when they don't give too much of a shit. Although Alice Cooper, his band sound checks, Super Duper Alice Cooper doesn't show for that.
Mm-mm.
The sad thing is I could have went up and did all the fucking songs for him.
Just backing vocals only.
Yeah.
That's enough. Test that.
I was watching a little TV this morning, and they put the Donald Trump stuff on from New Hampshire last night. Now, at the same time, Jeb Bush was right down the road from him. Donald Trump packed this place out with 2,600 people. Jeb Bush did, it looked like 45 old people. They would shoot back and forth. Trump yelling and screaming and holding up copies of Art of the Deal. And then going back to Jeb Bush, who was like, you know, I'm not flashy. I'm not. And just like guys sitting around with old VFW hats on and all. And then Bush, then it would shoot back to Trump. You know what they're doing down the street right now with Bush? They're sleeping. They have nothing. Trump actually said this line too. I'm going to build a wall and it's going to be higher than this ceiling. And it's going to be a beautiful wall all the way across Mexico. You know why I'm going to make it beautiful? Because one day they're going to call it the Trump Wall. And anything that has Trump's name on it has to be beautiful. He's fucking killing this audience. He's kicking the shit out of them. They're loving it. And they come back to the host, and the host are going, I thought this would be over by now. I really can't believe that this is getting bigger. And it was like some of the greatest shit I've seen. He's getting stronger.
Oh, yeah. The more they try to knock him down, too, he like hulks out and comes back. Twice the man.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's starting to sound like he can't be stopped. Like, this is really, it's freakish. This is unprecedented.
Here's Dave. Dave, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, hey, love the show, guys. When I was 13, me and a buddy went halfsies on a tape in the back of a comic book. It was a subliminal message tape that you would play for a girl to get her to want to sleep with you. But the trick was, it was a 60-minute tape, and you'd have to, like, flip it, and she would have to listen to the whole thing. So me and this guy, we're trying to keep girls on the phone, you know, talking to them at night, trying to, like, you know, and then we have to flip the tape to kind of get the full, like, subliminal message. And it was just some, like, weird Middle Eastern music. And obviously it didn't work, and didn't really amount to anything other than us losing $25.
Well, you know what? You gave it the college try, and that's what you've got to accept in yourself. Now just give them female Viagra. Female Viagra, it's the best of all Viagras. Up on the iBang today, different comedians talking about Donald Trump. Chris, who are the comics we're going to be choosing from?
Gilbert Gottfried, Sebastian Maniscalco, Emma Willman, Bert Kreischer, Andy Kindler, Artie Lang, Mike Racine, and the real ass dude, Louis J. Gomez.
All right, let's play the game in here, but we will just hold up our things so people can play at home. We won't say it out loud who we got. All right, so ask us one of the questions.
Okay, which comic said this? I like him. I think he speaks his mind, and I like what he stands for. You don't really see honesty. You don't get to see politicians who are that honest, and I think that's the thing he said about McCain was funny.
What he said about McCain was funny?
And I think that thing he said about McCain was funny.
I'm going, because it's a very conservative one. I've written mine down. Gail, have you got yours?
Yep.
Here's who I have. Okay, and let's take a look at it.
We are all...
Oh, my God.
That's a buddy of mine, too, and we did not get that one right. It's up on the iBank, and I think this is stuff that the kids all collected up in Montreal. So let's go to number 2.
Trump. I love him. You know how many times my old man said we should build a wall around Mexico? He's honest about stuff. He's probably not going to get elected.
I'm going to... I think I got this one. There's my vote. You got yours, Chris?
Yeah, I got mine.
What's yours? All right.
Ron, you are correct.
You did it!
You got it.
Did you have Kindler down as yours? There's no way Kindler...
I figured his old man part, you know? Maybe, you know, he went opposite.
That's gonna be him.
I don't know if you're familiar with them. That's really funny, though. That's a good picture of him. You can play this game over on the iBang with us right now. These are actual quotes from the following comedians.
Gilbert Gottfried, Sebastian Maniscalco, Emma Willman, Bert Kreischer, Andy Kindler, Artie Lang, Mike Racine, and Louis J. Gomez.
All right, what do you got?
All right. I haven't been paying attention to him in the news running for president, but I always love a hustler, so I can't hate the guy. I remember seeing this quote he had about his daughter where he went by this building and he was bankrupt but still owned the building. I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, it's all smoke and mirrors, and I'm going to come out on top. I respect that.
All right, I think I got mine.
I got mine.
Oh, I like that. I like yours. Yeah.
Got mine.
All right. Oh.
Samesies.
Yeah.
The answer is...
Yeah!
Oh, why did you guys get that? How come you both had it?
I just picked it up in the cadence. Something.
Right.
There was something there. I figured it out.
Chris, how did you know?
Lucky guess, to be totally honest.
So you really haven't heard these yet?
I swear I haven't heard these yet. I swear.
Why did you get so serious?
I don't know.
I swear to
I
God.
have
Joey,
integrity.
you did most of these, right?
Yeah, I got a fair amount of them, yeah.
Yep. All right, so has Chris heard them at all?
I don't think he has. Dan
right.
and I, we were the ones going out to get him, so yeah, I think he's playing it fresh.
What was Chris doing up there? Nothing? Just drinking?
Smoking cigarettes with a real ass dude, I think.
There was quite a many smoked.
Quite a many smoked.
All right, let's hear.
Trump. You got to appreciate the guy's honesty. Some things might be a little off color, but it's refreshing to hear someone speak their mind and not edit themselves as they speak. Say what you want about him. His view could be a little extreme, but it's nice to hear someone speak their mind.
I felt like that cadence was done exactly like the person, and I think Chris knows who it is.
I don't know.
But look, that doesn't sound anything like. He just put Gilbert said that. Have you ever met Gilbert? He would never.
Multiple times.
I used this earlier and it was wrong, but I'm going to go back to it because I feel like this is one of the most conservative people.
Okay.
It's funny.
Correct.
Oh, you got it.
These are up on the iBang. You can check it out. Let's go to Brian. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, love the show.
It is good.
I was listening to something on the Comedy Channel the other day. It was a clip from Chris Rock from a few years ago, and he said almost word for word the same thing that Trump said about McCain. Kind of funny.
Is that right? I'd love to find that clip. Then we must have it somewhere. That's really, really funny.
Look up "McCain is old." I think it's called.
McCain is old. All right, we'll look that up and see that if Trump isn't being like fat Jewish about this. By the way, fuck Jerry isn't as much shit right now as fat Jewish.
They do a similar thing, right? Where they're reposting the same.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh, fuck Jerry is great. He's not like fat Jewish."
Yeah.
By the way, I knew neither one of these guys before the other day, and now it comes out that fuck Jerry does the same things. I think it's kind of great, though. All right, what do you got?
I certainly can't criticize anyone else for what they say and what gets them fired. I'm the last person to comment.
Okay, that's easy.
That could be all these guys.
I got mine. I used this before. Okay.
Which one is yours?
The last one?
Last one.
Okay.
No.
You pay attention.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. You guys are both correct. I'm wrong.
Come on. You
I'm
knew.
going to cross that out.
I have a feeling that you've heard these before.
I have not heard them.
And now you're covering for yourself by being stupid.
I'm smart.
You want to play?
He really is a buffoon. When I was a kid, you'd have these political figures that would come along that would be weird. Everyone would make fun of them. But this is a whole different situation. I was going to do a bit which I didn't do, which was Celebrity Border Guard. Meatloaf, your team, the immigrant haters. You will judge as each Mexican comes through the border, whether they're a rapist, a criminal, or I assume maybe they could be a good person. I didn't get to that.
I think we both got. We had the same vote again.
I'm going to see if that's correct.
Oh my God, you just showing pictures of Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
Correct.
We got
you guys
it.
are both correct.
These last two.
Yeah. I don't even know who we got left.
I know. I think only one or two.
I have no idea. I heard today my manager was telling me he was ahead of all the Republicans. I watched the news just long enough to form an ignorant opinion, so I have no fucking clue. Anything I would say would just sound horrible. I like that he gave out that guy's phone number. Ha ha ha. That's comedy shit.
I don't know who's left. I guess I'll pick the same as Gail then, because I don't know who else is in there. Oh, that's a great one too. That's a really funny too. For the folks playing at home, you can actually not only read which comedian it is, but we put up the audio too, so you could hear it.
Man, I love the fun little reveal.
Yeah, the
It's very
reveal.
fun.
Yeah, the reveal is very fun.
The McCain thing was crazy. I don't know why he did that. But the Mexican thing, the worst part about Trump is that George Lopez might get a TV gig.
Could be any of these maniacs. That's just the nuttiest stuff ever. I don't know.
I don't know who's left. I only have one that I know is left.
Let's see. Oh, there's a double in there.
Oh.
A double. A delightful double indeed.
This is the final quote. I think that Trump is a real ass dude.
All right, I got it.
I have no problem with what he said about Mexicans. I have no problem at all about anything that Trump says. I think you need hilarious people in the public eye. We take things way too seriously.
Why did he need to go on past real ass dude?
Maybe he didn't know it was a quiz.
That was great. It's a fun game, man. All right, everyone, play your best. You know that at the very least you're going to get Louis J. Gomez, so you don't have to worry about that.
Shit.
Everyone at least gets one.
Yeah.
I'd Kindler again for that one.
Let's bring down the shitty song.
Got it.
Thanks.
Well, that was a hoot.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, when Trump started this, we were all laughing it up and enjoying it and having fun. But you guys need to go watch the thing from last night just to see. I don't know who I was watching this morning. It might have been Morning Joe, and like his girl that sits next to him. I don't know her name. She spent the morning like this. I don't know.
Why was she saying that?
It was like, I don't know what's happening with this. I'm like, after a while, I'm like, can we get somebody on who might know?
Just take a guess.
Wants to explain themselves? I don't know. I mean, it's great that your dad was in politics, but we need you to make a move here, honey. But he's popping right now. And you've got to admit, even if you're not a Trump fan, and I don't think Trump and I have anything that we line up on politically, but I gotta see what happens. I gotta vote for him just to see what happens.
Yeah, it's like a movie that you're like, I'm not really sure I'm into this, but I need to know how it ends.
How will it end? Remember that was the big gimmick in that movie? How will it end? That's how I feel about Donald T. Rump. I gotta find out. Hopefully he just fucking, fucks it all up.
We'll finally get what we deserve.
He just sits in that office the first day and he's just firing off fucking nuke after nuke. One of them is heading to fucking Russia. Next one heading to Nyack to take out Rosie and her family. Fuck you.
Should not be using your powers this way.
He's gonna hit China, hit Penn Jillette. Everybody that he's ever lined up against. You're going to be fucking taking a nuke in the ass. And when people are like, isn't it fun? I'm like, that tells me so much about you. The fact that you would be enjoying this. It's great. Let's go. Let's do it. Anyone else now is going to be a disappointment.
It's going to be so boring. It's going to be like it always is.
If you saw the way that they lined it up so that Bush's brother looked like the dullest man in the world and Trump looked like what Trump looked like is in the movie Casino when Robert De Niro got his own fucking talk show. You know what I mean?
It's his eye.
It was just so great to see him up there. He looked like he was going to go, you know what? I know there's been some difficulty, but we got this suite for you. Totally free for the next 24 hours. And then guys would just start bringing in big fruit and cheese plates one after another. This is all for you and your family, just the way that the Riviera is saying we apologize for losing your luggage.
This is great diplomacy.
Now here's some tickets to go see two gay guys in white lions. You're going to love this. Well, people are writing in. Remember when I looked at Chris and let the dead air flow?
Mm-hmm.
It's because, and everyone's writing in it, he said that it's unprecedented. Like he got president confused with it.
Unprecedented.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unprecedented. But, you also put up a story today about who's in third place in North Carolina right now. Explain that to people.
Oh, that would be the candidate known as Deez Nuts.
Deez Nuts has 9% of the vote in North Carolina.
And growing. It's
Deez Nuts are growing?
Deez Nuts get bigger by the day. And I'm actually concerned about it. That sounds bad. Deez Nuts, I don't particularly understand how it snowballed the way it does.
Well, Deez Nuts has been around for a long, long time. And you know what? If you don't like it, Deez Nuts.
I mean, that says it all.
Yeah. knock, knock, who's there? Deez. That's the first way I heard that. And yet it's never went away.
No, it's beloved, Deez Nuts.
Yeah. Believe me, Deez Nuts has called this show before over the years. So everyone knows Deez Nuts. But 9% of the people in North Carolina love Deez Nuts.
It's going to sweep the nation. And the best is people having to be forced to say that. Apparently, Deez Nuts has a lot of support right now.
Well, you know what they'll do is a lot of newscasts will act like it's Deez Nuts.
Doesn't make it any better.
The name is Deez. Locking Deez Nuts.
I think running mate, that Duke.
Look, if you don't like it, talk to Deez Nuts. I think it's fantastic.
This country's really
check out the audio. See some of these news people talking about it.
North Carolina shows Donald Trump leading Hillary Clinton in a possible presidential matchup, but that's not the part that's grabbing people's attention today. It is the third-party candidate on that poll, candidate named Deez Nuts. Oh, really? A candidate registered as an independent from Iowa has the legal name of Deez Nuts. No. Public policy polling showed him pulling 9% of the vote in North Carolina.
All right,
someone in the background just goes, no.
And there's this. A new poll shows Donald Trump with a strong lead among Republican presidential candidates in North Carolina. It's a story that's been trending all day. The survey by Public Policy Polling also shows a candidate by the name of Deez Nuts 9% ahead of Carly Fiorina, Mike Huckabee, and other more familiar candidates. According to the Daily Beast, it was actually the invention of a 15-year-old Iowa farm boy who filed papers with the Federal Election Commission to run under that name.
15-year-old. Just him filling out that form. Oh, God, this is going to be sweet.
We got one more, Chris.
These are fine.
It is the sudden surge of a dark horse candidate. Deez Nuts is polling at 9% among North Carolina voters. It is the sudden surge of a dark horse candidate. Deez Nuts is polling at 9% among North Carolina voters.
It's the surge of Deez Nuts.
Deez Nuts get stronger every day.
They're full.
He just yells out they're full. There's no reason even behind that.
You wouldn't say Trump is full.
They're full of votes.
You wouldn't say Trump
and
is
then he
full of
doesn't even
votes.
do the Deez Nuts. He just yells out they're full. You know what, Chris?
Yeah.
Your timing is impeccable. Seriously.
Just like the candidate's hairy. Yes.
Here's John in Miami.
Hey, Ronnie, did you see his town hall meeting last night in New Hampshire?
I didn't see the whole thing. I saw the clips, and I found it to be amazing.
Well, you know, here I felt myself embarrassed for a billionaire last night.
But you know what? They love it. You know what I mean? They love it. It's like a guy, like the used car guy who is riding out on an elephant, and he's saying, you know, stampede your way. And you're like, oh, man, I feel embarrassed for that guy. And then you see that everybody's fucking buying Winnebagos from him. This thing that Trump is doing is working.
I totally agree. I'm a staunch Democrat, but I want him to win the whole damn thing.
I know.
But what's funny, even a little kid asked him a question, and he couldn't even properly answer the little kid. You know, it's like,
well, he has never thought about these things before. He's been fucking building casinos and putting his name on buildings. There's a thing in New York where most of the buildings that say Trump on it, he has nothing to do with. He didn't build it. He's not managing it. They just ask him, Trump, how much you want for us to put Trump on the top of this? Because fucking assholes will pay more money to be in a Trump building. And, he just comes up with a figure.
Remember once we were looking for apartments, and you went into one of the Trump buildings, and you were like, it was so terrible in there. You're like, I think it has to be a different Trump. It's got to be.
I actually came out because we were all running around the city looking at different places because it's terrible.
It's horrible.
Getting an apartment in this town. And I actually came, and I'm like, I saved it, and went in there and I was excited. I said, does Trump have a brother? You know what I mean? Is there some bad Trump? Let's go over here to Kevin. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, Deez Nuts, he's a very liberal candidate. He has a Asian running mate named Dad Ho.
Dad Ho will be running with Deez Nuts. Let me tell you something. I'm wondering right now, as good as Trump is, if he wants to beat Deez Nuts. They're full.
Get it?
Huh? They're full.
Uncanny, that impression.
Gary in Virginia.
Yeah, Ronnie, Deez Nuts just announced his running mate. It's Mike Hunt.
Okay.
Perfect.
Rob in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's me here in Moorhead City, North Kakalaki.
Yeah.
False advertising, Moorhead City, and getting none. But Deez Nuts running mate is a guy named Mike Graham.
Now, let me ask you, is this all real in North Carolina? Is there a Deez Nuts?
Yeah, we're in North Carolina. We don't mess around.
I guess you don't.
They don't.
I guess you don't. They don't do the mess around. Let's take a break here and just say congratulations to Deez Nuts, now in third place and coming on strong. We'll be right back. This is Bennington.
You're listening to Bennington. It's gone to break. Don't worry, it's coming back on Raw Dog 99, Sirius XM's Comedy Club. This is Bennington on Raw Dog 99, Sirius XM's Comedy Club.
Oh, yeah. This is Ron Bennington from the radio, and I'm here with Gail Bennington, Chris Stanley, and Joey Jojo. There's some things in life we don't joke about. One of those things is vodka. We think that you should know about this vodka. A vodka we call Tito's. So I brought in my young kind of whippersnappers.
That's us.
And here's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for a big ad campaign that I can pitch to Tito's to let them know that we're the marketing group that's ready to take it to the millennials. Now, you're my millennials. You're all born in this millennium, I guess, right? Is that why you're called millennials?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know what it means, to be honest.
I'm 15.
But I know. Well, then that's not good. And what I mean by that is to be 15 and to look like you. That would be seriously Benjamin Button time.
It's a problem.
But what I'm looking for is something, give me a slogan that can reach out and grab the kids. I had give a Tito's to your Sweetos, but I realized that that's from my time, the roaring 20s. You know what I mean? I mean, let's face it, up to this, I've been selling just hair gels to older gentlemen. And I'm looking for something young, something new, something viral, something Apple. What do you got, Gail?
This is what I'm thinking. Millennials are always turning nouns and proper nouns into verbs. They love doing
I didn't know
that.
this.
This is a thing that they do.
That's what we do.
They also love lowercase, so please imagine this in lowercase.
All right, everything's going to be in lowercase.
Lowercase, no punctuation. Ready?
Yeah.
Get Tito'd.
You know what? I might end the meeting right here because Get Tito'd is amazing.
Get Tito'd.
Do I got to say it like that? Get Tito'd.
Yeah, it's better in a boy voice.
Would it be better if I had baggier pants somehow?
Either extremely baggy or extremely tight. Never in the middle.
Not wearing tight. Don't want to cut off circulation. Let me go over to Joey Jojo. You have how many roommates, Joey?
I have 5 roommates.
Okay, so, I mean, to me, that's prison. But to you millennials, that's a lifestyle.
That's what we prefer.
I'm pitching this to Tito Beverage. It's a great vodka. We know that. But having a fine vodka at an affordable price doesn't mean anything to the millennials. You need hype. You need weirdness. Give it to me, Joey.
What do millennials love to do? They're always on their phones.
So true.
Good.
You need something to get them off their phones. Tito's vodka. It's like an iPhone 6 for your mouth.
Like an iPhone 6 for your mouth. Now, the problem with that is I don't know whether we can clear that through Apple.
I know.
See, they own that brand, you know? So I can't, you can never say it's the Rolls Royce of soup without Rolls Royce going, wait, don't be using us that way.
You can't.
Yeah. But you're like an iPhone for your mouth. I like the angle.
Yeah,
I
the
just don't know.
concept is there.
What was the other one we had?
Get Tito'd.
That's
Get
good.
Tito'd. All right. Now I'm scraping at the bottom of the barrel. I'm going to...
What's up?
Now, here's what I like. This is the difference between... Stanley is kind of a greaser millennial.
Yeah.
His head's bobbing back and forth, trying to get that brain to kick something out.
Shaking it around. All right.
But can you speak to the young people, not just the young thugs, even though you have thug life across your belly? Yeah, but I need you, to really get out there and pitch this product.
All right. Where's Tito from?
Texas.
Austin, Texas.
They say don't mess with Texas.
Okay, it seems like you're going older now instead of younger.
No. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying this is more of a generational thing. I don't think the young people say don't mess with Texas. I think their grandparents say that.
I'm out there and they say it all the time.
Okay.
So hashtag don't mess with Tito. And then people will just be passing that around constantly, not to mess with Tito.
Before you say it's not good, I will say it could have an ironic thing going on.
Here's what I like about it, though. Hashtag. I mean, that speaks
totally...
to the young people.
I know the kids.
Yeah, that part I like.
I mean, I wish I had come up with hashtag get Tito.
All right, see, I like that. Now we're taking...
Combining.
Yeah.
All together.
Yeah.
Hashtag get Tito'd for your mouth.
Love it.
What do you think?
I would rather turn it for your mouse and just have like a cartoon mouse there. All right, this was a disaster.
Okay.
I'm now deciding I don't even want the millennials to enjoy Tito's.
No, they should.
It's beyond them.
We do. We do enjoy Tito's.
Well, I know something else that you kids like, to hear that click track.
Tito's handmade vodka is distilled 6 times from 100% corn and is naturally gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, songs, and more. 40% alcohol by volume, handcrafted to be savored responsibly.
Yeah, buddies. It's the Bennington Show. Dog days of summer right now, folks. It's dead in here today. Tomorrow should be deader than dead. And then next weekend, forget about it.
Nope.
The dead boys are back.
Not a soul.
I'm different than most people. I'd rather just vacation during the winter.
It's when you think of it, it's a good time to do it.
It's a better time to lay next to the pool. No one's out there, you know?
Yeah.
You go to the shore, you got it all to yourself.
Put on your pool coat.
Pool coat. I like that. A coat to swim in the winter. Pool coats. It's actually a good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's actually a good idea. And it's a coat that drags you underwater and keeps you underwater.
I like the danger.
Yeah. Have you ever swam in jeans before?
Mm-hmm.
When you dive in, it feels great for seconds. And then the strength that it takes to be in the ocean in jeans, you're like, I could drown out here.
It's really scary. Or if you've ever worn like I don't know, when you were a kid, if you didn't have a bathing suit, someone just put you in like an adult sized T-shirt. And it's very dangerous. You can't keep your head
down. First of all, I can't even relate to this at all. Whoever did this to you this was an awful thing.
It's not a good idea.
We don't have a bathing suit for her. Put her in an adult sized T-shirt, weight her down, and put her in the deep end. But I remember swimming one time with jeans on, and I thought to myself, how do rednecks do it? Because you would always see rednecks with their jeans on.
Oh, yeah. Jumping into the river.
Yeah. The Coast Guard used to do a thing where they would have people take a shirt and use it as a flotation device that you could take it and put air in the middle of it and then hold on to it like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know how it's done. I just, I'm not going to worry about it. I'd rather just dive to the bottom and lay there.
I'm not going to have the skill set.
Yeah.
And the sound mind to do it.
Right.
The panic alone. You're like, let me get this bubble going before I drown.
I forgot once again we brought up the topic of swimming in front of Stanley, who doesn't swim at all.
Yeah, that's right.
No, like swimming in jeans, that sounds crazy to me. Just the swimming part. Not even
Just
jeans.
swimming in anything sounds crazy to you.
Swimming in trunks drags him to the bottom in swim trunks. Well, there was an article I read the other day that women, before the bathing suit, was the bathing skirt.
Yes.
And that was the thing to wear. And you can actually see the old pictures around Brooklyn at Coney Island where people were wearing those swim outfits.
Yeah, where
men
they're like
and women.
bloomers, almost like puffy pants.
And then the men had the one piece that's just like a turtleneck that goes down to their knees.
I wish that could come back.
It's an excellent look. But the weird thing about that is it's very bulgy for men.
Yeah,
You know what
it
I mean?
is. But I like it because it's got that cool kind of strongman outfit about it.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good look.
But it really showcases le coq. I just found out moments ago that today is Yukon's last day with us. Now, what we were going to do with Yukon was have him do some Reed stuff, and we're going to let him do Ronnie B quotes in a little bit.
Yeah.
He's our voiceover guy. Did we ever get around to having him do a voiceover tape that we were going to submit?
Not yet. No, we didn't get to it.
Do you realize when you say yet is the weird thing because today's his last day?
Yeah, it's very strange.
I know you were mad at him, right?
Yeah, I was pissed because he would ignoring my text and phone calls the other morning.
Well, those were sexts, and he shouldn't have
what's
to.
going on with that? What are you talking about? Everyone at home doesn't know.
Well,
You
he
haven't given specifics.
He was actually on a job interview, and he was signing paperwork because he's getting hired, and that. But he was. I wanted to text him to see where were you? When are you coming back up? When are you coming here? And he just ignored me.
Well, he's at his new job, right?
Yeah.
Why would he give a shit about you and his old job?
Because he's still here. He still had 2 days left. The last day was the second to last day. This will be his last.
What did
day.
you need him for?
He was supposed to be here and he was being incommunicado.
But that's crazy. The fact that you had nothing for him to do, right?
Yeah, he had stuff to do. I was going to actually have him cut stuff for VO, but he wasn't there. And I was texting him, where are you?
He's
Yukon?
at his new job.
I know.
You're going to have to let go of him.
I know. Yukon, answer me, please.
He doesn't work for you, Chris. You're the old girlfriend.
He could at least tell me to fuck off, and not, at least through a text.
Oh, my God. He's obsessed for no reason.
It drove me crazy.
It's over. It's over between you and Yukon.
It'll never be over between me and Yukon.
Yeah, it is.
All of you people better realize it. It'll never be over. I'll find him.
Do you talk to any of your old interns?
No.
Yeah, so it is going to be over.
That's going to be the end then.
Yeah. And even if you guys were close.
I'm going to make it a point to keep it up with him.
You won't. Mike in Chicago.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
I'm real good, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, when we were in high school training these lifeguards, we had to go in fully clothed, jeans and everything, for like an hour and a half and tread water, and then make a flotation fight out of our jeans.
Did it work?
Yeah, you tie your jeans at the legs, and then you put them up on the water, and it forces air into there, and you put it around your neck and hold the pants part.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, couldn't you just say, I brought an inner tube from home, so I don't need to do the jeans thing. I'm just going to float on this. Yeah. You know, I was watching a thing on lifeguards the other day about how many little kids they have to go in and save, and there'll be people 2 feet away from little kids not seeing that the little kid is having trouble.
Oh, God. And they're just having to dive in. Even
They got to dive in right in the middle of the family and grab the kid.
You idiots! Move out of the way!
It's, and this even happens at water parks, that little kids will constantly be in real serious trouble. And then the lifeguard, they turn off the pool, they dive in, and everyone starts booing. And they're actually saving a child's life. And everyone's like, come on! Put the waves back on!
Boring without the waves.
You ever been in one of those wave pools where everyone's just crashing?
Yeah.
You know, like it would be like 100 people in a 2-foot area.
Yeah, there was that one water park in Florida. I can't remember, but we were there when I was a little kid.
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
Yeah. It was something island, wasn't it? It was like Tons of Fun Island.
And because I was so little, it actually seemed like massive waves, and it seemed like very dangerous to me as a child.
There's something really disgusting about a big chlorine wave, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not supposed to be a big warm chlorine wave like that. A wave of piss and snot coming from thousands of people.
I actually saw someone, they were lifeguard on the beach was running drills, and everybody on the beach actually thought that someone was drowning because they had the person laid out too far. He blows the whistle, so everybody stood up, and the kid actually stayed pretending for way too long. Like he stayed lifeless, I guess, so they could test dragging the body in. But everyone around was really scared and covering their mouths, and they didn't know it was a drill, except for the people who were right next to me. It was like, what an idiot! He deserves it. Do you see how far he was? And I'm like, we didn't even know it was fake yet. They were just like, if he's dead, that's his fault immediately.
Well, they are right about that. You went out too far.
Everybody knows you don't go that far. Everybody knows.
One time I got caught in a riptide, that you always hear about. And it was so fucking difficult, and I didn't know the swim off to the side, take you. So I literally went underwater and was using my hands to grab at the ground to pull up. And just when I got up and out of it, and I'm fucking totally exhausted, I turned around behind me and just saw my friend being just fucking pulled out.
Oh my God.
To sea. And he was in full tilt panic.
Yeah.
And the lifeguards went out and saved him, or he would have fucking drowned.
Well, that's the biggest problem with those riptides is people start to panic because they're like, I'm really far out in the middle of the ocean right now. And then the panic means you're not swimming right. You're not keeping your head up.
You're supposed to swim parallel to it.
Right, because the riptide is actually very skinny, so it's pretty easy to break out of it. It's still going to take you.
Yeah, you're still going to be out further than you're going to be comfortable being.
Right.
But the weird thing was they knew they had riptides at this beach, and it was just part of their natural work.
That's what happens.
They went out and got my fucking buddy, and it was the funniest shit because another friend, when they were pulling him back in, he was holding on to that little floater, and another friend of mine swam out while they were bringing him back in, and he was holding on to it. He was freaked, and he started fucking splashing him and calling him pussy and the other F word. And it was really fun, and he was fucking still pushing him on the beach and shit. And the dude was just looking at, and then he looked at the lifeguards and he goes like this, "Thanks, buddy." And it was so fucking funny. That was his big thing to the guy who saved his life. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
And we would see him later that night, and he would still be looking freaked out, I almost died today.
Everything's changed
and
now.
I was saying, just stop holding on so tightly to it. So you get stuck in a fucking riptide. Alan in California.
Mr. Bennington, Miss Bennington, how are you today?
Cool.
Hello.
Good. I'm a ex-lifeguard. I'm in my youth spent many summers doing it, and you can always tell when the kids are screwing around, because when the kid is not screwing around, there's a look in their eye that is like no other.
Now, how many people do you feel like you've pulled out over the years?
I have pulled out 3 people, 2 in a pool, 1 in a lake.
Wow. Nobody out of the ocean, though?
I'm in the Central Valley in California, so you have to go away. So.
There's this really great movie called Lifeguard with Sam, what's his name? The guy with the big mustache, right?
Sam Elliott?
Yeah. And it's like a 1970s movie, and he's a guy who's hung around too long being a lifeguard. But basically, he can't get the same spark anywhere else in his life. Just pulling people out like that, it becomes an adrenaline thing that he needs. It's a pretty good movie. But, I don't know whether you've ever been down on the beach when they have the lifeguard contest against each other. They're crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy good athletes, men and women.
Part of your training is you have to wade for a really insane amount of time, like 10 minutes or something, just like doggy paddling and just, which sounds like, oh yeah, I could do that. You cannot do that. You don't realize that most of the time you're swimming, you take constant breaks, you stand, you go over Yeah,
they teach this other thing too, where you just kind of lay in the water and then bring your head up easy and breathe in and then go back in. And like, it looks like, okay, that's a simple thing to do, but your mind starts to fucking get to you. Like, I got to get my feet down.
Yeah, I need to stand. I normally spend most of my time standing, so.
This is a little too drowny for me. All right, is Yukon ready to come in and do this? And
He is.
Do you got a cake all lined up for Yukon's last day and a?
Yeah, we have something special planned for Yukon. I'm gonna get him some water, probably. I got some emergencies up in the office.
Is this a matter of you not having enough money?
No, money's not an issue for me.
Yay!
Yukon, first of all, two things. Number one, great job here this summer.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Great job.
Number two, congratulations on getting your new gig with CBS Radio.
Thank you.
That's so exciting.
He's going to be the
very
voice
excited.
of CBS FM.
Well, I feel like you got to start at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you don't get to start as the voice.
What's the channel? What channel are you working
It's
for?
CBS Sports Radio.
That's great,
Oh,
man.
and you're a
That's
sports
great
guy
one.
too, right?
A little bit.
Sports guy.
That's what they got me for.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport that you follow?
Probably baseball.
Really?
Sneaky, right? You wouldn't think
Yeah,
that.
I
wouldn't think
Looking
that.
at me, it'd be football.
Yeah, I would have thought football. Well, because for most 78% of Americans say
I'm in
football.
the 32%.
Okay.
Or
Well,
28. I can't do
there's-
math.
But
Not my
there-
strong suit.
There's also basketball. And
Oh, yeah,
soccer,
no, that's
so
not-
yeah,
those
you're not
aren't
gonna
real.
get all of it. So you're a Yankees guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, I know you're gonna do some Ronnie B quotes
I'm looking forward to
with
this.
that beautiful voice. So go ahead and help yourself.
Okay. If he had a baby elephant, he'd love it more than any of his friends or family. You're listening to Bennington on Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99.
Beautiful.
Are we? I'm rolling through this.
Run through them.
Oh, you got it. If we don't win, at least we cheated. You're listening to Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99. Bennington, like the Kardashians, but with asses that are much more manageable. On Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99.
I like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Bennington, missing the important things from childhood, like drinking. On Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99. Another good one.
Yeah. He's good at this.
Bennington, having chargers on their keys like pioneers with canteens. On Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99. You're such a wordsman. These quotes are phenomenal.
Well, they're all improv too. That's the beauty
best.
of it.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it. We all know that kids and drunks are happy to have breakfast at any time. You're listening to Bennington on Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99.
Good.
This year, he's rolling his own firecrackers. You're listening to Bennington on Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99. Another phenomenal
Yeah, you're just loving it. Just loving
Chris
it.
almost got me.
Yeah.
Where am I? You're listening to Bennington. His bones don't break. We're not sure if it's an unbreakable thing. On Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99.
Strange.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
odd.
Bennington. They always look like they're ready to take a snap. On Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99. And I think this one's my favorite. If the phone isn't out of the kitchen, he shan't be cooking again. You're listening to Bennington, Raw Dog Comedy Club, Sirius XM 99.
And that's actually Gail ruining most of those prep dinners that I enjoy. What you doing?
What's up? Did you guys cook yet?
Dude, you gotta do more of those. If
I'm out of quotes.
I know, but if I was Chris Stanley, this is what I would have had you do the whole semester. And I know it's important to have somebody get water, but I told you early on, this kid has a talent. Those things were amazing.
It's a beautiful voice that
He
I
has
did
a
not
raw-
take advantage of.
A raw talent that deserves.
And we have got zero imaging on the new show. Zero. And we've been doing this how long?
6 months.
It's the most underproduced show I've ever worked on. Every show has imaging. We still don't even have a fucking phone number worked out. All we have is you, the listener. That's what we're depending on. Do you have more of those for him, Joe?
Yeah, I can whip some up. Those were the 10 that we decided on.
What do you mean you decided on them?
We chose the best ones. Those were the strongest ones that we think would make good bumpers for the imaging.
All right, so you're actually going to have them do these?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Why wasn't he doing this the whole time?
I don't know.
Why don't you have him do some Gale quotes?
Sure, yeah, we can do those too.
And
There's going to be a lot less.
So what?
There's got to be a good 3 or 4 in there.
Look, this beautiful brandy voice of his, he can turn it into anything.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I'd register.
Andrew in Jersey.
Hey, what's up, Lonnie B?
Hey,
if you ever been down the Jersey Shore and the lifeguards have a boat right next to the...
But like an old 1930s lifeboat, right?
Yeah. Has that boat ever been used? Like, how far do you have to go out to save somebody?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen them use that boat before. I never even thought of it.
They also have that like almost long paddle. Like it's kind of like a tube, but it's not. And then it's just half of their body gets.
But why don't they have a jet ski? Why would they have a fucking lifeboat? I mean, this is the 90s, you know?
Yeah.
Seinfeld's the #1 fucking show.
Jet ski time.
They should just have a long stick, and so they don't have to get their feet wet.
I would like to even have wow, Carla wrote this about your voice. #penny dropper.
Whoa.
Carla.
Yeah.
She sounds lovely.
Yeah, she is. She is.
It does make a woman sound lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, panty dropper? Sure.
She sounds nice.
James.
Bennington, the words you know, the tunes you hum. You know what I mean?
That'd actually be good for you, too. Yeah.
That's a good one. Try it? Write that one down.
Yeah, we have to jot this down. My memory's not what it used to be.
Was it ever good? Because you're young.
No, I had a rough childhood. What was it? I could just...
The words you know, the tunes you hum.
The words you know, the tunes you hum. You're listening to Bennington.
That's nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. God, I'm going to miss him.
I'm going
to miss you guys.
I can't believe that. First of all, we're not giving up on the voice tape thing. Just because you don't push and Chris doesn't pull doesn't mean that we won't be here for you.
I appreciate that.
Do you know where you're working in town? Is it downtown now?
345 Hudson Street.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Everything for CBS used to be on 57th.
No longer.
Yeah. And they go, where's the cheapest part of town now?
They found it.
CBS... Is that Al Dukes' station?
It's the national side of it. It's in the same building as WFAN.
Yeah,
it's all intermingled.
He asked me to do a shitty podcast for a while. Now he stopped asking.
Oh,
yeah,
he gave up.
Yeah, he gave up. I think he's doing one with probably Billy Staples. I think they're.
Nice.
No, I don't think we'll ever be in the same room again together. Dylan in Atlanta.
Bennington, not in Vermont. Raw Dog 99.
I like that.
Bennington, not in Vermont. Raw Dog, Sirius XM, Channel 99.
Wow, he's got a good
beautiful
voice. I love it. I love this kid's voice.
Voice of an angel.
Did you just say voice of an ankle?
I didn't.
Because I don't know that ankles talk. But if they did, I've
got it.
Yeah, that would be him right there. I don't know. For you, Chris, if you had to be with a dude, right?
Yeah.
Would it be Yukon?
I could be with Yukon.
Now, did you purposely not text him back or whatever? Had him so
no, honest to God, no. I put my phone on silent because I think it's rude if it's vibrating
I agree.
left and right.
Yeah, I agree.
And then when I got out, I saw he messaged me a lot. Joe had called, so I instantly.
What do they give a shit about? What are they bothering you?
They're
for?
concerned for my well-being, I suppose.
Okay.
Chris literally said, "Text me. I hope something bad doesn't happen," which was so genuine.
Why are you saying shit like that?
Was it a nice or was it a threat?
Was it a threat?
It didn't seem threatening, but now that Gail said it, it might have been.
I hope something doesn't happen when I see you, because I will kill you.
Because then I started, all right, so I was like, all right, he's not answering me. Then I started getting worried, thinking, did something terrible happen to Yukon?
Was he very late? Is that what?
Do you know that you didn't used to be this way, man?
No?
That you're turning into Fez every fucking day.
That's not good. I don't want the...
When did you ever worry if somebody was okay to get here? He's a big, strong man. What could happen to him?
I don't know, maybe hit by a train.
Well, what were you going to do if you fucking reached him? Whether you reached him or not.
It happened.
You know what I mean? He'd already been hit by the train. Read about it in the fucking paper.
Holy shit, did you hear about Yukon? This is why he didn't answer me
But
back.
seriously, why are you concerned about another man, whether he's
Because
safe?
he was supposed to be at his internship and he didn't show up.
So what?
That would be important to me if I didn't show up to some place I was supposed to be.
Dude, you don't fucking show up and you're in here every day.
I feel that I show up.
Don't make me go through the laundry list. Now, here's the deal. He can take care of himself.
Big boy.
He's a man. Raised by a man. Hey, Carlos, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Ronnie B, his voice reminds me of the guy, the narrator from Endless Summer. That's what his voice reminds me of.
I think first of all, that's a high
Very high compliment. Thank you, Carlos.
But second of all, I think that he actually has a better voice than that dude.
Yeah.
Because he went for the squeaky kind of comedy stuff.
Yeah.
But to have that voice that can carry a documentary, that's where you want to be.
Here's hoping.
I hope CBS fucking sees that in their stupidity.
I'll be sure to pass that along.
How are you doing production? Because most of the time the VO guys got to do their own production.
Yeah, I can manage.
Manage is not.
I can do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
You should start and do that for them without anybody asking.
Yeah.
Just like instead of.
I had one of the guys, because I interned there last semester, and one of their voiceover guys, his name's Zach, he does like Adorama and all the commercials for that. He actually approached me and he was like, listen, man, you got a really good voice. So I was doing a little bit of reads for him just to kind of like what Gail, like, oh, just read this and then I'll give you feedback. So I was doing it for him and then nothing ever came of it.
It's going to fucking happen for you, though. You just.
Matter of time.
The thing, you got to do it every day, and you got, like I said, do it, hand it to people. Don't even say, look, I know you didn't ask for this. If it works, it works. Because sooner or later, someone will go, like, well, we got, let's just use it.
Right.
Like I said, even here, this is the most underproduced show. We've never had as many producers as we do now, and there's less imaging and less production on this show than any show I've ever done in radio. But nobody wants to be the guy who says, like, this is the only job I ever worked where, like, Don asked us to do stuff instead of us handing it in to Don.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got those things done. So if you just would have done this for these guys, it would have made the air this year. But you were waiting to be led, and I'm saying you got to be a leader. Pete in Buffalo.
I was going to say Bennington. It's like a blumpkin for your ears.
What do you think of that one? Why don't you give it a try?
Bennington. It's like a blumpkin for your ears.
I'm not that sure about that one.
Yeah, I don't know about the blumpkin, but
yeah, maybe we can use it around Halloween. Maybe
it's a
that'll be
seasonal
the way to
thing.
Are you going to have recut those things too? Because he was kind of giggling through it and with other people laughing in the background.
Some of his inflections, would sound better at different points too. So yeah, I want to recut them.
Some of his inflections would have sounded better at different points.
Okay.
That's your direction?
Okay.
I'll sit in with it.
So if you take number 3 again, Yukon, you can say that a little bit more. Bennington, like the Kardashians, but with asses much more manageable.
You know what? You just did the worst thing you could ever do as a director.
What?
Line
I
read.
tried to do it.
Yeah, you
line
gave
read.
a line read.
You don't line read
Yeah.
an actor. It's talent.
Sorry, talent.
It's okay.
But I like you bringing an effeminate quality to it.
It did.
He's getting ready.
Keith, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how are you guys? Hey, Yukon's voice sounds a little like Mike Rowe if you listen to it.
Mike Rowe actually does a lot of books and stuff.
Yeah, he's got a good
as well. And he's a guy, he brags about the fact that he can hit time things through an improv.
Right, like with the countdown.
With the countdown there, he doesn't have any copy in front of him, and he'll just sit there and do it. When people are like, oh, that Mike Rowe is like just a regular blue-collar guy, that's a character that he plays.
He's a professional.
He never worked those kind of jobs. He used to be on fucking Evening Magazine. He is a performer, an actor, voice actor as well. And there are people that don't even consider themselves voiceover announcers. They're voice actors. You know,
Right.
they're able to play a character, to perform like that. It was always funny to me when people believed that Mike Rowe was some kind of man, because I think he's also done opera or something like that. Or
Really?
Yeah, there was something that he did that was so totally the opposite of walking around with shit all over your boots.
Just a regular guy wallowing in shit.
And every week it'd be like, we're going down here and we've got to climb through a septic tank. How is this a fucking show?
That's our only way to get there.
Shit's pretty heavy in here right now. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you.
Literally.
Yeah. Got the old rowboat out. The Mike rowboat. Heading through shit. Let's break here. We'll be right back. This is Bennington.
Wait, 1, 2. How many shows does this guy have again? You're listening to Bennington on Raw Dog 99, Sirius XM's Comedy Club.
Boy, how long has that promo been playing, huh?
It's old.
Why do we play old stuff? Just as a fun joke?
It's not a joke. It's because we don't have new stuff yet. That's why.
How come we don't have new stuff?
Because I haven't made it.
You have a team, Chris. It shouldn't just be up to you. How many times are we going to sit here and talk about team?
We're a team.
Yeah. We're a team where only one guy gets to take the responsibility. Joey Jojo has proven that he can handle the on-demand stuff.
I can do it.
Dan came in with some great evergreen things today. Yukon is doing voiceover work. And of course, Anthony's bringing in sausage bread from his mom tomorrow.
And me too.
Sausage bread.
No, I'm on the team too.
I thought you were bringing sausage bread. Well, what would you like to do on the team? You could. I don't want to let you down.
I think,
What are you bringing? The energy?
energy, life, excitement, a maternal touch, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know if any place ever needs a maternal touch.
It truly does. This team does.
This is Motherless Brooklyn. Well, anyway, we've got the smooth patter down. We were saying goodbye today to our own Yukon. And Yukon, like every intern, you're going to be leaving here with a bottle of Tito's. It's our way of saying you had a Tito's summer and you deserve it. Come on in here now, and I want you to do the Tito's read. And we've looked over him the entire summer, and he came in here just a curly-headed cake eater, just wet behind the ears, but he leaves here a full-grown voiceover artist.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beverage, yeah, that's his real name, had the idea of building his own microdistillery, incorporating the boutique winery concept into the spirits industry. He acquired the first legal permit to distill in Texas and put his life savings into it, racking up 19 credit cards to build his own copper pot stills and condensers. Since then, he's been awarded a 95 rating by Wine Enthusiast, won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. It's got a modest paper label on a simple bottle, so all you pay for is the exceptional handmade vodka inside. Tito still makes his vodka by hand on the same land where he started it all, in Austin, Texas. Tito's handmade vodka is distilled 6 times from 100% corn and is naturally gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, songs, and more. 40% alcohol by volume, handcrafted to be savored responsibly.
Well, we got that big stinger. Nothing more important than that. That was a beautiful read. Mike has asked if you could read this stuff.
Sure.
It is spring. The black bear emerges from her den. However, she is not alone. She is followed by 2 cubs.
It is spring. The black bear has emerged from her lair, but she is not alone. She is followed by her 2 cubs.
Now, Jessica says this.
Beautiful.
I don't get it. Sounds monotone to me, like the Clear Eyes guy. I don't know who the Clear
Ben
Eyes
Stein.
Clear Eyes.
That's Ben Stein?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
Yeah. He's still kicking.
Wild. I guess you're the Clear Eyes guy.
I don't think Jess and I aren't going to work out.
We could do a thing called Win Yukon's Money. Yukon, you were saying that
It's not much.
you and your ex are getting back together tonight for a very romantic night.
Yes, very romantic.
Where are you taking her?
MSG, Billy Joel. Not quite front row, more like the back of the row.
Now, here's the deal. Who would think that people in their 20s would think, oh, I can't wait to go see the Billy Joel show tonight?
I don't have an answer for that. I'm one of them.
You love Billy Joel.
There's tons of them, though.
Love Billy.
Tons of people, young people. Now, this is a guy who hasn't put out an album in 20 years. And yet, you know, you guys love him.
For me, it was my very first car was a 92 Buick Skylark with a cassette. And the Essential Billy Joel volumes 2 and 3 was the only thing in the cassette. So I just listened to it nonstop. And then I kind of,
What are your favorite Billy Joel songs?
Miami 2017, Ballad of Billy the Kid. And then obviously all the classics, but that's a cop-out. So
It is a cop-out, so you went a little deep on us. Gail, do you have a favorite Billy Joel?
I don't know. Maybe just the classics. I think Piano Man.
I'm going to say Summer Highland Falls.
That was my third one.
Well, what say you got your
No,
favorite
I'm not even
because
kidding.
You're going to put yourself out there for that.
I love Summer Highland Falls.
I like the Turnstile album. I kind of wish that, and I know it's awful to say, that if he was hit by a train after that album, I thought...
Him and I both.
I would have been able to say for years, like, oh, he would have been great. But it doesn't matter who likes him and who doesn't. He's bigger every year, even though he doesn't put out albums. It's crazy how much he's loved by young people.
It is weird.
And he's like a saloon singer, really. You know, he's not truly even like a rock and roll guy. I mean, to me, the embarrassing stuff is like Uptown Girl and all that, and people love it.
They do love it.
This is the third time I'm going to see him. I've seen him twice already, and it's a good show. It's entertaining.
It is, dude. What is it you like about it?
I mean, I don't want to say he's funny, but he's comical in between.
I agree with you.
In between, like he's got good rapport. Like it feels like you're just at a piano bar,
right?
And he just he
But I
plays
don't
he
want
plays a
to.
song.
I don't want to be at a piano bar.
Well, that's why you're at MSG.
Now,
But he has that charm to him.
Yeah.
Like that charming, like, no, we're all just in this together.
That's exactly it.
I remember the first time that he played a big venue in Philadelphia. He came to the Spectrum, and he had worked his way up. He used to play the Delaware Valley constantly, and each kind of thing, it would get a little higher and a little bigger of a place. And when he finally played the Spectrum, he was just looking around, and he was playing like gladiator music. And he was like, because he was acting like, you know, and everyone was very happy for him. And he never came out of those arenas after that. He just stayed a gigantic star for decades and decades. And even now, just flies in on a helicopter from Long Island, Probably picks up a $2 million payday tonight. Flies back to Long Island to his brand new baby. And you're like, what a great part-time job. You work once a month, crush it, take the money home.
That's the dream.
Yeah, it's not even a dream to have. No one has ever done it before. No one's ever done an arena tour where they stay in the same town. I think it would be funny if they just would go, how many dates in a row could he sell? Don't even do it once a month. Do it every night. I bet he could have like a Broadway run just at Madison Square Garden. By the way, did you see that they are closing Hedwig and the Angry Inch?
What happened?
Ty Diggs happened, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Diggs happened. Or is it Tay Diggs?
Tay, I think.
All right. So Tay happened. That's what went down. It's got to be awful to know that you're the George Costanza, your run ended it.
Yeah, that would be really heartbreaking because it's been doing well the last
Killing.
Then you show up and they're like, forget it. This isn't a show.
But it is a show.
Wrap it up, guys. You're done.
Here's Trucker Bob in Nebraska.
And girls, I just was curious. Your guys don't sound monotone to me, but have you guys gotten so fast paced in New York that you have to take a place as magnificent as the Madison Square Garden and shorten it up to MSG?
I got news for you. It isn't that magnificent.
No.
If it was anywhere else, it would just be like, we've got to get a new stadium.
I know, but it's so historical. Let's say historical.
Well, it is. It is historic. There's no doubt about it, but only because of the people who have played there. And has Billy Joel brought anybody else out the nights that you've been there?
The first night, it was Angus Young.
Later, guys.
They
Have a good
played,
day.
they played like 2 or 3 AC/DC, Shook Me All Night Long, and one other one. And then the second time, he brought out this like world-class violinist, and they played the Downeaster Alexa, which, how did I forget that? That's in my top 5.
Okay.
And
but you haven't done 5 yet, so you're fine.
No, I'm at 4.
Yeah.
So I got one more. I got one more in the chamber. But he brought him out, and then hopefully tonight I'm hoping for somebody. Maybe Elton John? Wishful think? No, I'm kidding.
I'm hoping it's Patrick Ewing. I hope he brings,
That's going to be huge.
They put half a basketball court and half a stage, and then they do a combo.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. Well, congratulations to you, buddy.
Thank you,
I'm
guys.
excited for you too with the CBS thing.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I just see big things going for you. In the meantime, Anthony looks like he's just stagnant. I mean, he's not getting any callbacks. We thought he had something lined up.
I have my fingers crossed for Anthony.
Andy, when's your last day? Tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no one can hear you not on the radio. I will tell you this. The last semester that you had was unbelievable.
Oh, boy. I'm not going to ask about this one.
Well, you didn't show any growth this time, but I know you're excited about the new show. But I really wanted this to be a step up, member of the team thing for you this time. And it just, last semester was great.
But this semester was
there was no
okay.
Growth. There was no growth. You just didn't, you didn't do the things that I thought you were going to do. It's up to each person,
You're right.
You didn't
That's
get
my fault.
You didn't get a lot of mic time this time.
That's my fault.
But hopefully, and we all put in good words. Hopefully, you get that promotions gig.
And I appreciate it.
I
Thank
want you to.
I know.
Looking forward to your mom's sausage. But look, you can't wait to get the headphones.
Hot or sweet, by the way. She wants to know.
What about you guys?
I always like sweet.
Sweet.
Sweet?
Sweet it is.
Sweet it is.
Yeah, there you go.
How sweet it is.
All right, there he goes. How sweet it is.
Mr. Jeffrey Gurian.
What about him?
He's here. He's ready to jump around.
Whoa.
And he's running special guest.
This is never the way we do it. We always just play jump around and jump into it.
Yes, we do. Don't know why I did
Anything off? Everybody feels a little off today. Is that the deal? Or
I didn't feel off. Feel here.
Hmm.
You're thinking I'm off? Everyone's off?
I don't know. It's just it seems like it's somewhat of an off day. Maybe everyone feels a little upset about Yukon. But normally we'd bring them in, we play jump around, and then we go, "Oh, who you got with you, Jeffrey?"
Yeah. Yes.
But
So we should probably play jump around.
Wow. There's that song. Jeffrey Gurian's jumping around.
Absolutely. It's the summer, man. That's what I do.
By the way, I want to know, have you ever seen a complete stand-up show? Because you're there at the beginning, someone says, oh, there's Jeffrey, and then by the end of the night, you're gone.
Like that.
Every once in a while, I stay for the whole show.
Yes.
But most of the time, I have to jump to another show. Yeah, that's how we do it.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I quote JB Smoove a lot. He's my philosopher.
Oh, that's how you do it, JB Smoove.
Yeah, JB Smoove.
Who do you got with you today?
I have a very special guest today, as if all of mine are not. But this guy's a really funny dude, and he's the host of a new show. Well, it's the second season on MTV.
Second season.
Broke-ass game show.
How are
Derek
you?
Gaines.
How's
Derek
everyone?
Gaines.
How you doing?
Good to see you, buddy. Congratulations, second season, too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
How do you like doing a game show with no real money and prizes for people?
Well, it's real money.
Yeah.
It's real money. It's just it's not a lot of money. Like, don't think, like, I love when, like, people come up and they think it's their shot, like we're going to give them a car. Like, I'm not Pat Sajak. I'm not, this is not The Price is Right.
Yeah.
We're the game show that helps you with a bill. maybe we can add to a car payment, something. That kind of game show. So it's real money. It's just, it's funny because it's very challenging. To have no set, we're outside, we're against the elements, the weather, the people, everything. So it's very challenging, but comedy ultimately does ensue. So it's fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you never know when you go out, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah.
You never know. We get homeless hecklers.
Yeah.
Give me some money. I'm broke. And then they walk through. I love the bums with the goddamn audacity to say, what y'all doing filming in my neighborhood? And, like, what? Like, what? This my hood. We get that. But, we're doing something more productive than you out in here right now. So we giving back. So ultimately we give back, but it is funny how we do it.
I always wondered why homeless people just stay in front of one single church or in front of, you would think the one thing about being homeless is that you could move
a sense of freedom
around.
You do have
No.
It's a very dreadful liberation, I guess. Yeah.
No way nomadic. I don't know why. Why would they do that?
I saw a homeless guy the other day, and it looked like he was so new to it. Like his suitcase was new, and his suit still looked good.
He was just breaking into the business.
Yeah, it annoys me when homeless people ask me for change with new sneakers on. Like,
yeah, right.
I'm like, those are new. They don't have no holes in them.
I always say to homeless people, particularly in this neighborhood, I go, but I live here. Hit the tourists. You know what I mean? I don't mind you bothering tourists all day, but I live in New York. So let's give me a free pass. I'm with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the story when he was in Harlem. You told me your security got threatened?
My security got threatened because we was just telling him, come on, man, you're in the shot. Just move out the way. And people, for some reason, get all up and bothered. Not just in Harlem. I'm talking about hipster Brooklyn, especially there. Just everybody. So this particular day, I guess the fellas just they wasn't having it. They wanted to see what was going on. We was filming some weird game, and it was like we was doing what's the
slot machines?
Slot machines.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't slot machines. It was like we put 3 tires together.
Yeah.
And it was a hands-on. It was crazy. It was straight crazy.
It was hood slot machine.
It was a hood. It was broke-ass slot machine. That was it called. And one of the guys was like, hey, man, don't tell me to move or I'll stab you in the fucking neck and all this. I'm like, this is MTV. What's going on? I remember we had this one game. It was between guys and girls, right? So we made the 2 guy-girl symbols. One was blue, one was pink, right? But we're in Harlem. So one of the guys was a blood. He saw this blue circle, thought some gang activity was about to go down. So he calls, and it was like, I'm going to get my click up here. It's like, I'm not lying. There's no reason for me to lie. This is not your game show where you go, it's a controlled studio, it's air conditioned. No, whatever it is outside is what we deal with.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man. So when we go to Harlem, we always have security with me for Harlem.
Your life is on the line.
And they're just mad for no fucking reason. I'll be like, why are you so upset for nothing? We're out here helping y'all out, but they'll be like, nah. It's just I don't know.
I see a lot of New Yorkers don't even want to stop for a movie. A movie's being shot, and they're like, I live here, and they keep walking. I'm like, there's Tom Hanks. Yeah. Why can't this be a happy day for you?
That sense of entitlement.
Yes,
that sense of entitlement.
Especially Williamsburg, and I don't want to be filmed, and this is some kind of, You're terrorizing. We got that. You're terrorizing the what? Terrorizing the neighborhood? You're giving people $10 and $20 for running around with
terror
with mayonnaise on their face. Like whatever. We're just doing dumb stuff. It's only gonna take an hour. Relax, and all you gotta do is walk around it, and your day goes exactly as planned. So it's like we don't understand.
And then there's people on the Upper East Side who don't want your money.
Oh,
right?
man.
They got offended.
You ever see people throw money on the ground?
Is that right?
like it's a goddamn trail mix bag, empty trail mix bag, or a fruit and nut fruit bar wrapper. Like they look at us like, nah, we good. Like we was playing some game. We was trying to chase down all the Asians that run in Central Park. We was like $5, but we gave it to you in like a water cup.
Yeah.
So at the bottom it was a $5 bill, and we try to run and give them $5 just for having a good day running. Right? Yeah. They look at the $5 and go, what
You're insulted.
I'm insulted by that. So many people are, we don't need your money. Like we try to play games in Brownstone, Brooklyn Heights, and we'll try to do funny stuff. And I hear people like you think Harlem bad? It's the entitled I own property motherfuckers. They be like, get the hell from around here. We don't need your money. It's Saturday. You're ruining my block. We get that. It's just bad. Like, we'll be like, sir. And they'll walk by us like we're not even there. And just be like, we're helping you out. But they don't want that, man. And that's why I think it's a good show, because we go up against all that.
Well, I'm glad that you say it's a good show, because it sounds like you hated your job for 20 minutes.
But there's still perks, because
any pros?
To be honest with you, because that's the one side. That's a small percentage. That's maybe like 15%. And the other 85 is you got these wonderful people.
Yeah.
We'll go to Brooklyn Heights. We'll go to Fulton Mall, right? Or we shot at Kings Plaza Mall 2 weeks ago. And the people that are broke or need a couple dollars, they treat us like the new ice cream truck. They run up, it's the dudes from the. They want to play. They'll go, I'm doing anything. I'll play whatever game. And they never know the game, but they know we coming. So it's like, these guys, they be getting money to do dumb shit. I can do some dumb shit. I ain't got nothing to do. And then at the end of it, they make money. They feel good. They're on TV.
Well, TV used to be the most exciting thing that you could do. But I think almost like YouTube, where people can now upload themselves, that they now start to think that's the same as TV.
Yeah.
It's not. I remember when MTV would come to Daytona in Florida, and the whole town would go crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? It would be the biggest thing that could happen. But people play down TV these days.
Yeah, they do. But
maybe because they make shows about plumbers.
Well, luckily for us, it's triggering the after-school audience.
Right.
So they come home, we're on the box on the rerun. So granted, we come on Thursday nights 10:30. So everybody's watching Ridiculous. Yes. So we keep their crowd. So that's what helped with that. And then when they replay it, it's always during the day.
Yeah.
And kids are coming home from school, because that's who approaches. A lot of black, Hispanic kids, Latino kids come up to us. Y'all the dudes. We love y'all.
But it seems like tourists would like that too. It seems like the kind of thing that if you were coming to the city,
a few Italians come up. We see you on YouTube. The first people. Yeah.
Well, you, when you were growing up, it was MTV was always in Times Square with Carson Daly, and that was at the biggest of the boy bands. Kind of going from Boys to Men into New Kids and all that.
Yeah.
And there would be 1 million kids out some days. They would stop Broadway.
And my high school was in Hell's Kitchen, so I actually had to wade through crowds of screaming girls in order to get home.
I always thought that was a really cool part of New York. You know what I mean? It kind of gave a throwback to what Beatlemania must have been like. See young girls screaming at bands.
Yeah, it kind of kept you in touch with that kind of.
You're a Philly guy, right?
Philly, well, South Jersey, Philly. So yeah, East
South Jersey, yeah.
East
See, we were talking about that before. Is like people from South Jersey will just say Philly about themselves. People from Delaware County or Bucks County, you just say Philly.
It's a general area.
In New York, they'll stop it. They're like, well, they don't even want you to say you're from New York if you're from Queens. They want to divide that down.
Oh yeah,
people would rather be from Philly than New Jersey.
Well, it's because South Jersey's so close to Philly. Because to be honest with you, when I really started getting into stand-ups a lot. Like, I stayed in New York, and for people in South Jersey, they think it's a mystical place.
Right.
That's so far off. So they be like, you go all the way to New York? And I'm like, it's only 2 hours and 19 minutes. Relax.
It's weird, too. People from North Jersey don't know South
Jersey.
Yeah.
They
I
don't.
never saw a state like that, where I know all these people from North Jersey, and they'll go, have you ever been to Wildwood? No. I'm like, what? How could you have never been down to Camden? None of
I've
those.
talked to people from Newark, and they'd be like, where you from? I'd be like, Jersey. They'd be like, what part? I'd be like, Lindenwold. They'd be like, what? What is that? And then people say they should split Jersey in two.
Yeah.
North Jersey.
I would.
South
I'd
Jersey.
have no problem
And just
with
get
it.
rid of Trenton altogether.
Yeah, of course.
When I hear Philly, it makes me remember North Philadelphia. You ever been there? That's where I
North
went to
is crazy.
school.
Yeah.
Fucking, it was such a dangerous neighborhood. Gangs were afraid to go there. It was ridiculous.
North Philly.
They had to bring another gang with
And
them.
I know buddies that grew up in North Philly. North Philly is, it's bad. And I did shows. I used to do comedy shows in North Philly.
Is that right? I know Big J worked that whole
Big J.
circuit too.
He was one of the Laugh House elite too.
Yeah, and he said there would be a couple, and he would work them in South Jersey, but there were a couple places where they would say when they were bringing you in, because he came in with Kevin Hart, Kevin would say, don't make eye contact with anybody on the way in. We don't want any trouble. Just look ahead, look at the back. And then they would get up on stage and do the show and then book back out of there, you know? I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that there's people at one point wanted stand-up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, I'm here for the stand-up night. Who's he looking at?
Many a fight, many a tussle argument has happened at the Laugh House, especially on the 12 o'clock Saturday night shows.
Yeah.
That's when North come in.
Right.
They come to the late show. Like they've been drinking all night. They come to that one. You got the Nation in there. Because then a lot of Nation Islam brothers come in there. And then you got the loud, thotty ass girls from South Street coming in, pouring in from TLA, and fucking, you got their mean ass, just been to jail boyfriends with 1,000 tattoos in their arms about RIP everybody, niggas with teardrops tattooed. That happened in Philly. And I had to get on stage and do, hey guys, chasing my dreams and shit. And they go, nigga, you better be funny immediately. Or we booing your ass up out here. And Philly was and everybody say you make New York, Philly prepares you for anything in New York City. Because I did 5 years in Philly. And I got all that. North Philly, the nice part of Philly, South Philly, crazy. So it's like, and I met a lot of all my friends, all the Monroes, Chris Cottons, were all from that scene. So we had to muscle through that and then leave, because a lot of local celebrities in Philly that don't know that New York is up there. That place was a fucking trap. But we got out of there. But what we learned was amazing. Phil, I'll never discredit Philly for helping me with stand up, because that was the place. 5 years that really made it not necessarily easy, but performance wise, I got New York quick. Performance wise, content wise, New York taught me how to write a joke. But that was basically. But
when you're down in Philly, like 3-4 years into this, did you think there was an end to this? Did you think?
I was just happy that I was getting laughs. I was getting laughs off shitty jokes. You know, just real, not, funny for the area type local fun. You know, I was like a favorite at the Laugh House. So, at that point I was just happy to be, I started when I was 19. So I was just happy to be 22, just doing something that none of my friends did. Right. And I'm like, I'm really getting on stage and telling jokes. But as I kept going and I started really studying comedy, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of shit you can say. It's more than these. DJ dropped that jokes and let me fuck a stool for 45 minutes. No, it was like, there's some content. And I was like, where do you get this content? And then everybody at the same time, comics that never left and saw Kev leave, or comics that were going back and forth on the Chinatown bus. All that content is in New York. I'm like, New York. And I left when I was 24. And I'm 31 now. So when I left when I was 24 and figured out the scene.
And how soon after did you meet Patrice?
I met Patrice. I moved to New York when I was 24, and Jersey City rather, and kept, path training across. Not 4 months was I out there. I met Patrice O'Neal, and he gave me the advice that I stick to this day. He gave me a ride home because he lived in Jersey City too. He was like, "Look, man, I'm old." This is what he said. "I'm old. This is y'all shit." These little, when comics was open, he was like, these little comics and these little Cypher Sound shows, this is for y'all. Like, I'm old. Y'all supposed to be the ones getting on the stage. And this was way before Elephant in the Room came out. He was like, just write prolific shit and keep getting on the mic. And he was like, I'll see you around. Now get out my car. I was like, all right. And then from then on, I was like, is it that easy? Because if he's the dude and he gives me this simple of advice, he must go by the same. So I just been doing that. I've been doing that for fucking, with the 7 years I've been out here, after the 5 that I spent in Philly. So yeah, so that was it's my Patrice story. I think he was one of the greatest.
Absolutely.
He's my favorite. Yeah, so
I think it's just amazing too that it doesn't have to be that like somebody could just But by him even saying that to you is like, you belong here. You know what I mean? So without him going, oh, you belong here, let me worry about you. Like, you already belong here, right? Take care of yourself, jump on stage, work.
He
Boom,
just said
stay
work.
around.
That's all he said. He was like, this is y'all shit. Point as in talking about the younger guys.
Yeah.
He's like, this is y'all shit. Y'all need to be doing something. So when he said write prolific shit, I'll never forget that. I'm like,
yeah.
All right.
There was instant validation.
I was like, all right,
from Patrice, for sure.
Yeah, he's so missed, man.
Yeah,
You know?
he's missed.
There's like not a time that something weird doesn't come up in the news that I don't think,
I wonder how Black Phillip would have took it.
Yeah, I wonder what he would have just did with that, particularly the PC stuff, or when somebody gets fired or someone takes shit too personal. He's really, really missed for that.
Over the weekend, I was showing some rare footage that I have when we did Black Phillip, on Sirius. They're doing a documentary on Patrice now, Better Than You. So the producers came over to my house to watch this stuff. Crazy stuff. He used to let me bring cameras up to the studio, and we got footage of him on the air, and it was amazing. He would deconstruct. I would bring girls on the show, and I would warn them first. Patrice is going to say some crazy shit to you, and he would just deconstruct them about their beauty and take away their power, and he was a very interesting.
He's great for that.
He was a philosopher, man. He had a real point of view. Very interesting.
You used to do that show with him sometimes, right?
He named me as co-host. Dante was the first co-host, and then he brought me on as a co-host. Yeah, and he called me up one night. I have this phone call that I treasure from him that they played, as a matter of fact. He couldn't wait to call. He called me at 4 a.m, and he goes, that show we did was fucking amazing. He goes, I don't want to presuppose anything, as if I would say no. He goes, but we should pitch a show together because the dynamic that we have is really incredible. And I couldn't believe it. And he goes, it's late. I know it's late. It was like 4 a.m. He goes, but I needed to call you to tell you that. Coming from Patrice, that was one of the greatest compliments that I could ever get.
I had to tell you, I forgot. I saw his wife up in Montreal, and she asked me, we were talking about giving her that hour I did with Patrice for the Unmasked, and I keep forgetting. So I want you to remind me about that.
I will definitely remind you. I brought her on the show, too. She was a guest here. Remember?
Yeah.
She's doing a lot of fun stuff. But this is
she's
a big
behind
project.
the documentary as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
And she's working with 2 producers, Mark Farrell and this girl Sansan, and they're very busy putting it together. They funded it on Indiegogo, I think. They do crowdfunding, and they're in the process. They're handing out thousands of mugs. They said that we're in the, when people fund you for a film, you give them certain gifts, you give them certain things. So now they're in the process. What's that word where you have to hand out shit that you promise people? You know what I'm saying?
Mailing? I don't know.
Sending shit.
There's a word
thank you
for
package.
There's a word for when you give out stuff.
Oh, you mean
like
a
that.
Jewish phrase? Is this something we're supposed to know?
It's got a cha in it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's a Jewish phrase.
Nah, I only know a few.
Usually a factory does it, like where you have, like, if you promise 1,000 people
Manufacture.
mugs. No, it's not. It'll come to me after the show. Then we'll just go back on the air.
Gift bagging? I don't,
shipping?
Gift bag. Shipping?
Is that it?
The fucking word is on the tip of my tongue.
Well, put your tongue
I don't know.
out there.
Yeah,
It's,
right. I can't think of it. But anyway, that's what they're busy doing. They're busy giving people all the things that they were promised.
Well, yeah, but what's the word for that, Jeffrey? What's the
I
word?
don't know. I don't know.
If you think
Chris
a moment,
knows.
can you
Chris
get
is
it?
good.
I could
Chris, what's the word?
It's your tongue.
Siri, what's the word for giving out shit for people that gave you shit?
It's like when you promise something to somebody, there's a company fulfillment.
No, that can't be it.
No, it's
gotta
not
be something
fulfillment.
else.
No, it's something Yiddish, though, right?
It's always something Yiddish.
Yeah.
Let's
right.
get smart. No.
By the way,
Hebraic persuasion.
did you see that Fiddler on the Roof is back on Broadway after all these
No, I
years?
didn't see. No, tell you.
Yeah, I want you
Are
up
you
for
going?
Well, I want you to be up for the Zero Mostel part. I'm dying.
I don't go on roofs. Jews, we stay low, man.
I don't go
we
on
don't go on the roofs.
You know,
Too dangerous.
why can you guys get away with that? It always it
What, not
annoys
going
the
on
hell when you could just go, well, Jews don't camp, and just end a conversation by saying that.
It's understood. We don't do shit like that.
And yet, if I said
We
no
would camp
Jews are here, no, you can't be here, you're Jewish, everyone would be fewer.
No, there are Jews that camp, I'm sure, but basically we like comforts.
Right.
We want a tent with like a private bathroom and a shower. That would work. We're not laying on the ground.
Yeah,
That's not what we do.
I was raised somewhat Jewish. I actually like the lifestyle.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
What is it about the lifestyle that you enjoy?
I just enjoy the like I went to Jewish overnight camp. Y'all do it different.
Yeah.
You know, we always had like a social every Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all throw good parties. You know how many times I've been in, like I went to Northeast Philly. I went to grade school in Northeast Philly, Greenberg Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
And the many upon many bar and bar mitzvahs I was invited to, y'all just know how to throw a fucking party, man.
That's it, man.
I mean, for a 13-year-old, it's just dope. I remember one I went to, the dude had his own M&Ms. Like they printed up his Jewish adult face on these M&Ms.
Yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker's amazing. He got his own M&Ms, and we dancing and I'm carrying. I'm the best dancer, and they like the fact that like I had a Jewish best friend growing up, Robbie Borstein. That was my man. I had a bubby. His bubby became my bubby.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the pool and the shore, right?
See, that's great that you had that experience.
All that quasi. Just I knew about the matzo ball soup and all that.
I never met a kid with his own M&Ms, so I'm very, very impressed with this.
It was cool. I forgot his name. It's on my tongue, but yeah, man. But let's take that a little further. It got dark. So it started off, I was good Jewish. But then, for money, Jeff, when I was around 21, 22, when comedy was still new, I used to dance at those party companies, and we used to do all the bar and bat mitzvahs, and I used to wear black and get the party going. Now that shit, that was that laugh to keep from crying shit.
You were a hip hop dancer?
That used to be a hip hop dancer.
Did you know that JB Smooth started out like that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Smooth and Groove.
Yeah, I can see that. But that was chainless slavery right there. That was just awful.
Because they feel like you're supposed to do something. And they're not easy to get along with.
What do you mean? They made you dance, or you showed up for the job?
Yeah,
they didn't make you dance.
And you got to cheer on this 13-year-old who's doing better than you. Right. He's 13 and he's already got money. And I'm 24. I'm like 21 trying to pay my fucking phone bill.
I saw Jeffrey. You do
It's called entertainment.
But when people are serving you, you're not the nicest people. And I saw this with Jeffrey in Montreal. He sent back water. He said that it wasn't cold enough, and he sent it back. And I guess they
wasn't wet enough.
Yeah, you wanted ice, and
I wanted ice, and they didn't
much.
bring ice.
Yeah, and you put the poor girl through hell. She was actually teared up and crying.
She was never the same after I said that because I demanded ice in the way that I tend to do. Very demanding.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hot day. Who brings a drink with no ice? You don't have to be Jewish.
But you said you didn't get it on the plane either. So he's seeing the whole time on the plane. He was pissed.
Like, really?
From the plane ride, and then we were in a restaurant, and he didn't get ice again.
Yeah.
And that was it. He lost
I
it.
wanted to go home. Who
And
the fuck doesn't get the ice?
The service was too slow for you. You wanted to jump around, and they took forever to serve in Montreal. Chris, your beard took like 18 minutes. You know,
I chugged it. It was like, where's the next one? Because I should be 3 in by now. It was
the
ridiculous.
addicts have a hard time in that environment.
No place like New York serves quick. In New York, you get pretty fast service. You go out of town, you could wait for fucking decades.
That's because you're somewhere else.
That's to Brooklyn, they take their time.
Yeah.
And it
fucking sashay around.
It bugs me.
One of the things that we hated in Florida when I lived there is when people said, well, in New York, we do this. You know, in New York, and we were like, fucking go back there. Yeah. Why are you bringing up New York to us right now? We're not in New York.
Yeah, and because I had that experience, I never thought I would be that way. But then if I go to another city and I watch someone make a sandwich for me behind a counter, I'm like, oh my God, why is he moving so slow? Yeah. And I just have to hold it back and be like, don't be one of those New Yorkers.
But now you're getting a
New York,
Wawa.
places in the country.
No, you're getting a Wawa sandwich.
I know. Turkey shorty.
And shout out to Wawa because Subway is about to tank. So Wawa should just really jump in. And me being from Jersey, South Jersey, we lived and died by Wawa.
Yeah.
So to see Wawa go national would be off the chain.
I am telling you right now, I've never seen anyone go into a Wawa and not say, I love this.
Wawa is the greatest.
Yeah.
It's the greatest.
I never even heard of it.
That's because it's on the other side of the river.
Yes, it's not in no Wawa's in New York. But they do have a Wawa in North Jersey.
Yeah.
So.
Where exactly in North Jersey?
Right on Route 1 and 9, right outside of Newark Airport.
All right, I'm going to jump in an Uber right now and be heading over there to get a sandwich.
Get yourself a sandwich and a juice from Wawa.
What's so special about Wawa?
It's just Wawa,
it's
man.
Real food.
Beautiful place.
It's real food. They can make a hoagie.
A hoagie. Not a hero.
A hoagie. You have to say hoagie.
Hoagie.
You eat it with a spoon.
No, you don't eat it with a spoon.
That's not
Come on,
In
Jeff.
fucking Philadelphia, they say fucking spoon.
No one says
You don't say spewed.
They do. They say hoagie and
what
a
was the
fucking
last year you were in? I know that you went
What
to school
part
there.
of Philly is that?
North Philly.
That's
They say
Amish
fucking
country.
spoon.
What are you doing?
Amish
That's
country.
PA. We do not say spoon. We do not. Don't try to make
when
us
was
the
sound
comedy
Canadian.
clubs, maybe.
When was the
in
last
fucking
time that
school.
you were in Philly? Seriously, it's been
Not long enough ago.
It's been decades,
hundreds of
right?
years ago. I heard they have fucking lights in the street now. It was so dangerous there. It was fucking hard. I'm telling you,
It was the
ridiculous.
70s, right?
Yeah, and I lived in a fucking horrible neighborhood, and I had fucking water bugs as roommates.
Philly had water bugs.
They were horrible.
Oh, yeah, Philly's known for
horrible.
water
That's
bugs.
all
My
I
mind's
had.
telling stories.
It was
about water bugs
ridiculous.
around Philly. Yeah, man. Welcome to the north.
Yeah,
Fuck
horrible.
them roaches.
And they fucking
Water
said
bugs.
spoon.
Big black 6-legged demons.
And those fuckers fly too.
Yeah.
Water bugs.
Yeah, I had
What'd
a
you do, hit it
cardboard
with your
house at the
spoon?
time.
Spew.
Take a spoon to it.
They
Keep a
said
coat.
that shit. You
I
don't want to
remember
I
you
don't
keep a
believe that
Coke
for a second,
spoon around
Jeff.
you.
I am sorry. By the hair on your head, I do not believe that they say spoon out there.
Not spoon.
Jeff!
Spoon.
Spewed.
Spoon. That sounds like shitty
We gotta
bullets.
take you
That
back
sounds-
because the city has
That's-
changed.
I'm only willing
The
to go
city is
with a group.
Yeah.
I ain't going myself. I never had anything to do with any alumni shit. nothing.
Philly's not that bad.
It was
Philly's not
horrible. I went to
It's
Center
really
City 3
changed.
times.
Philly's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's
Has it really changed? It's
Yes,
gotten
there's
probably
been great
worse.
restaurants.
I love the women in
art
Really?
Philly.
scene.
I love the food in Philly and
Well,
the entertainment, like Helium Comedy Club and the used to be Laugh House.
Yeah.
That was it was a scene, man. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful scene, and Helium's still a scene. It's
Still
a beautiful
kicking
comedy
ass,
club.
still, yeah.
Yeah, Helium is a scene, man. So when they pack out, when that Helium Comedy Club packs out, you feel like Chris Rock. It's nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do a day trip. We'll go.
Get on the
All
duck.
of us will go
Duck
during the
boat.
day one.
Why
Get
is
on the
it
duck
way
boat.
So you can
Duck
introduce
boat.
me. I ain't going alone. That's for sure.
What?
Deduct the ride.
So you got jumped there or something once in your life, and you'll never go back
yet.
yet.
About Philly,
That
man.
was a very dangerous neighborhood when I went, and I had we were going in the street very late. We had to dissect the human body. That was part of the studies, And
Why did you dissect the human body?
it was part of gross anatomy.
For what?
For dentistry?
Yeah, we had to do a whole thing like gross anatomy. So I had to take a fucking head home to my apartment, right?
No.
Because
But
to
you can't
study,
blame that
because I
on the
had
city.
no friends. No, well, I got stopped by a gang and I had a head in a bag, and I'm like,
Are you making this up?
I swear, I had a fucking half a head in a shopping bag,
A cadaver. So you had a cadaver.
mid-sagittal section.
Okay.
Just the head. I had a fucking because I had no friends in class. It was weird.
What?
So I had
you had no friends in class, so you had to take a head
home to study by myself. Usually there was a
Even
group.
a whole head, Jeff.
That's how a half a fucking head. So I had to sit on one end of the table. I had one table in my apartment.
Okay.
I ate on one end and I dissected the head on the other end.
Okay. All right.
Right. And so I'm walking in the street and a gang comes up around
must
me
be a
and I
while
said,
ago.
yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I said, don't fuck around with me. I have a head in here. And I opened it up and there was a head in the bag and they fucking ran away.
That's good. Okay.
And that's how I
like it.
survived in Philly.
What was the gang? Do you remember?
I didn't ask for their affiliation. It wasn't like I didn't.
Was it the
like a
Commodores?
card. It was like,
It was the Commodores came up to
like I was applying for
1970.
membership.
It was probably the Whispers. That was the gang.
It's a brick.
It was on Allegheny Avenue, Broad
It was
Street.
the-
Broad Street.
Yeah, Broad Street is,
It's a great place.
It's a spot.
Can't wait to go back.
Temptations came up to me.
Fucking
you were
horrible.
the only guy that's ever been jumped by Hall & Oates in the history of the world.
They're tough.
Worst 4 years of
Them
my
white dudes
life.
could sing, man. I love Hall & Oates. I was listening to them the other day. She's gone. Good song.
Unbelievable. You ever see his TV show, Daryl's House, that he does? It's on the internet. And
You on
people,
Netflix?
yeah, the people come. Yeah, well, it's on also. I forget.
Hulu Plus.
Palladium too on TV.
Okay.
But people come into his house and then he plays with them, and it's like every month or something a different person. Fucking phenomenal singer and a great band, man.
Yeah, he's
just
the best.
really, really great. But that old school Philly soul thing, that was like the peak. That's when you were there, Jeffrey, and you didn't even enjoy any of it.
The only time, I met Janis Joplin there. I went to downtown to a couple of shows the whole 4
this
years I
really
was
was
there.
a long time ago.
Joplin was the electric fucking
You met
factory
Scott
and
Joplin
flea
there.
circus.
That's how long ago it was.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
It was weird. I met Jimi Hendrix, but that was in New York. That was
Yeah.
But I met Janis Joplin.
So young.
Janis Joplin.
When you met Walt Whitman, what
was the conversation like? Right. Leaves of Grass, right? Is that one of the things
That's
he wrote?
a very good one. That's nice,
Where
Jeffrey.
the fuck did I come up with that? Right.
I need a break here, Chris. I see you jumping around.
Yeah, we should break one more.
We'll break.
Damn,
You guys
Janis Joplin died in 1970. Damn. Wow.
What year did you meet her? Do you remember?
Nah, she wasn't even famous. She was just performing in one of the clubs, and she was doing.
Are you sure it was her?
Shit.
That means.
Yeah, I'm sure it was her. Yeah.
In 1970.
Did she really? She
My
died in
mom was
70.
9.
Yeah,
My mom-
1970.
That's crazy. Holy
So did
shit.
Hendrix. Died the same year.
That's insane.
Yeah. So everyone that you...
Everyone I knew died.
And they never even saw the bicentennial. They never even... they never even heard of Bruce Jenner, let alone Caitlyn Jenner.
That's crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That's Jeff, you are a fossil.
We'll break. We're right back. This is the Bennington Show. It's the Bennington Show. The extremely funny Derek Gittin sitting in with us today. The broke-ass game show is premiering second season of MTV. And Jeffrey Gurian is here, the sportsman. Philadelphia's favorite sportsman is here. You're going to be performing at the Creek and the Cave tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And then performing at the Karma Lounge Saturday night, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey was just telling us that you refuse to watch anything with a man and a ball. You said that sports is...
I said, I've never been that bored that I want to watch fucking sports. Why would I sit there and watch people play a game?
Football.
You've never watched the Super Bowl in your life?
I tried. No, I actually did. I tried to do things where I could be like other people.
Like humans?
Just regular.
I watch what other people do and I try and copy them, but it never seems to work out for
Eagles
me.
fan?
Eagles fan, still. Yeah.
Do you believe in Chip? Do you think this could happen?
Will he do it?
I'm going to say maybe.
I feel the same way. And when people ask me, what do you think? I go, I need to believe right now. I can't throw the season away yet.
I'm not going to throw it away.
I know he's a madman. I know he's crazy, but I hope he's like a mad genius is what my
Maybe
hope
there's
is.
something to it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think
What
no
do you
matter
get
what
out of it, though? When you watch people play a
What do
game,
you
really,
mean?
what do you get out of it?
It's your team. It's your love of the game.
Here's the thing. When I cheer, right, if I'm watching an Eagles game, I know that everybody I grew up with is cheering at the same moment. My old neighbors, you stay connected to that community.
So you cheer out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's cool. I can't do that.
When the Phillies won the World Series, immediately I thought everyone I've ever known in my life growing up is excited right now. I thought, I called my dad right away. You are connected to a community. It keeps you a tribe.
See, I
and
want
people in
that.
Chicago are connected to the people in Chicago, and the people in Boston are connected to the people in Boston.
Well, that sounds like a nice thing. And
Yeah.
I would,
Jeff, are you
But I don't
an
get it.
android? Like, what you done
I
seen
don't
all
know.
these people
I just-
die, and you still here, and now you can't feel for a fucking.
I don't get the
I want
concept of
that.
sports. I
On
don't
my planet,
understand.
they don't do that on my planet. We. You're a robot. What the fuck? You're from Jeff Gurian is from
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah.
I know this to be true. He's trying to,
Trying to learn what other people do.
But
and
at
try
no
to
time did you
imitate.
ever watch a game and never felt any sense of excitement about it.
Jeffrey, what about the Olympics?
Yeah, I like the Olympics.
There you
I
go.
like the
There you
Olympics.
go.
I
There you
do.
go.
I
The
like
Olympics.
competition like skiing and
No,
like
what is it about
fucking
that that you
extreme.
like?
I like extreme sports because it's a challenge. I like mixed martial arts.
Oh, all
I,
right,
I,
okay.
I like things that are a challenge. I don't like team.
I don't know
things.
how
I
you
don't- I
can't
don't
see
know
that
why.
basketball isn't a challenge and baseball isn't a challenge and football isn't a
Maybe
challenge.
because they do it so well that
Yeah.
it's like there's no real risk. I mean, I know people get hurt and shit, but it's like I don't know. It never really appealed to me. I played sports as a kid, but I just never
professionally.
Yes, I was on major league teams. Don't ask me the names. I don't know the names of any fucking teams.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
he was
I don't
friends
know.
with Satchel Paige.
in the very earliest days. Doubleday was a good friend of mine. The guy who invented baseball.
Jeff
The
was
first
sitting
guy
in
to
the
steal
bleachers when they was working on how basketball is played. Jeff was there, like, all right.
Abner Doubleday. There's a name for it.
Jeff
right?
was there when they invented the dribble.
Yeah.
When the dribble was there, Jeff was there when
I
the
was
first
dribbling.
dribble was made.
I was dribbling, but
God
out of
damn
the
it,
corner
Jeff.
of my mouth. That's where I was dribbling.
Jeffrey's like this. When, David beat Goliath, I was standing there.
Bennington! Yes!
I was cheering him on in the corner.
Yes! That's funny. Swing, David, swing!
He's got him.
You know the name Abner Doubleday, right?
Yes, we all know who started. We got the reference.
He was the first guy who stole.
Yes.
He was the first guy who stole a base.
Wow.
Did you know that? He was
His
the first
name
guy
is so old. His name is so... What's his name again?
Abner?
Abner Doubleday.
Yeah.
Abner Doubleday?
Yeah.
What history book can I find him
Did you know that he was the first guy to steal a base?
Doubleday. That's like trivial.
Yeah, but he did it after the game, not during the game. That was what was so
Abner
weird
Doubleday.
about Abner. See, you learned something.
Abner Doubleday.
First invented baseball. I just never found it interesting.
I just want to take you to a bar during a game and
Sports bar.
yeah,
And watch me be beaten by people.
You ever watch the finals, NBA finals at a bar? It's the greatest thing.
yeah, it's unbelievable.
I don't know how to cheer. I don't yell out.
You never yell out?
No, I never yell out.
That's the part I understand. Because I understand people are like, hey, I'm not into sports. I can't follow it all the time.
Right.
But if you're actually viewing a sport, that I can totally understand where you're like, you get excited by it. Like if we start to play a game right now where we're throwing these things around, by the end of it, I'll be like, yeah!
Goddamn right!
We did it!
See, I don't know how to do that. I can't do that.
You cheer
I feel too
you go to
reserved.
comedy clubs and you laugh and
I
you
do
cheer
that,
and clap.
but I had to
That's
I
it.
taught myself to do
that
that.
feeling.
I don't know how to do that in sports. I don't know how to,
This is like AI.
do that for
He's
sports.
not real, but his love is. Jeffrey Gurian.
Yes,
Jeff Gurian.
exactly. I have a good intention. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to yell out for shit like that. Like, woo! I could do that.
That was good.
I could do that. I do that.
Yeah.
But I taught myself that years ago, how to do that.
Yes.
In the mirror?
As a child.
I just started practicing and I built up to it and no one turned around to look.
It was too low. It was like a whistle.
Like that. I could do that.
Do I go down? No.
No, that's not it.
I never felt that strongly
It's
about
okay,
it.
Jeff.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I love you, Jeff. All right?
Thanks, man. I need that.
There you go. No problem.
Well, you know
We'll
what?
go to Philly and we'll go to a game together and then you could teach me how to do that.
We're all
shit.
going.
Here's Joe in Utah. Joe, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I want to ask Jeff, when was the last time you did any stand-up work, and do you plan on doing any stand-up soon?
Well, we just announced he's got all kinds of dates. He's at the Creek in the Cave
go,
and the
Jeff.
Karma Lounge.
There you go, Jeff.
Saturday night at 8:00.
I'll catch you.
We got a spy report here too. Go ahead, Logan. What do you got? What's the big spy report?
Hey, guys. Looks like it just came across the AP wire. The police are recommending a manslaughter charge for Caitlyn Jenner in that fatal crash he was involved in a few months ago. Whatever.
See, the thing, Bruce Jenner was in that crash, not Caitlyn Jenner.
Wow, what an interesting point. That's an interesting point. I bet a lawyer would bring that up.
Yeah. You're like, well, Bruce isn't here right now.
Bruce isn't here. Yeah.
Somebody told me that less and less people watch that show. Everybody started out
It's getting
gigantic.
bad reviews. Horrible reviews.
Well,
What's the show?
It's I Am Kate.
I think it's called I Am Kate. Yeah.
And you just follow her around as she tries to be on her journey.
As a woman.
Yeah, as a woman of tucking her penis. Because she hasn't lost the penis yet, as far as I know. She still has the penis. She has tits and a penis. Like most men in America now.
That's
she's
both
pre-op
worlds.
still.
Yeah, she's not even saying whether she's going to have an operation.
Wow. That's just
yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
I knew for sure he turned it inside out.
And then also said that he's only, or she, Caitlyn, is only attracted to women. So nothing has really changed.
Nothing's really changed.
Except Bruce put on a
Clothes.
dress. Yeah.
Mostly clothes.
Yeah,
and
it's
tits.
really about clothes. It's really about clothes right now.
Just like most women.
D.L. Hughley said that, and he got a lot of flack for that.
Well,
I don't know
D.L.
why.
Hughley says that she's not beautiful. That was the
You're not allowed to have an opinion anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
you can't express your opinion.
What an audacious move to compare yourself and say to Serena. Serena's built, man. She got the body of a superhero, man. That is just that was awful. So I agree with DL completely.
I think my favorite thing about Caitlyn Jenner is that She still kind of walks humped over. She looks like Joe Montana. You know, it always looks, whenever you see it, looks like she's going to take a snap at any moment. It's the fun. She's still got her
Well, because
dude
she's a
walk.
6'2" chick now.
Yeah.
And girls are not as comfortable being 6'2" as guys.
But she still has a penis. Why are you suddenly?
I guess she's
giving her the girl
identifying
thing?
as
that changes a
like
lot. I
2X
really thought she got rid of
chromosomes.
it. That really
Yeah.
changes a whole lot.
Am I wrong about that, Chris? She still has the penis?
Still has the penis.
Yeah.
And that annoyed me because I thought she was going to go all the way.
Like the whole thing or like a piece of it?
She has everything.
One
piece
whole
of the
thing.
tip.
Give me half.
Just half of it yet.
But I think she hasn't gotten it cut yet because it's her penis. And why would you want to have it?
Why would you want to have that removed?
Why?
That's got to be a
Yeah.
motherfucker. The post-op on that.
Oh man.
What do you pee through?
Well, you know they only just turn your dick inside out. That's basically the. And they make a hole where the
That
hole
sounds
was
uncomfortable.
into another hole.
That sounds very uncomfortable to me. I
By
don't
the
know.
way,
It's like
that who do you pee through? Jeffrey says that to all women. How do you pee through?
What do you pee through?
How does that thing work anyway?
But I think they split and tuck in. You just split it and tuck in.
Yeah,
Just a nice
It's a
little
very
fold.
comfortable
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. It's
You wouldn't
awful.
want to have
Dick
it done?
caught in the door.
Would you rather go to an Eagles game or get your penis?
You have to.
You know what?
I'd rather have my dick short.
Really? Really?
Than go to a fucking Eagles
You
game.
just take a little off the sides. Is all you gotta have done when you go in there.
Like
Just
a
so it's
fucking
more
wood
manageable.
plane.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like in shop class.
Get a
They
fade.
just take it and they just
Yeah, fade
fucking
it
work it
down.
a little bit.
Just
So she, I guess technically, would you say, could she call herself a woman?
I know she's
I
taking
don't call yourself
hormones.
anything you want, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to stop
Well,
you?
I mean, don't you have to fill out like your taxes
A
and
form?
stuff and say
Yeah.
who you
Oh
are?
yeah,
I'm gonna
like when they ask
call
for gender.
her indecisive. That's what I'm-
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting point too. They ask for gender. You can't fucking change your genetics. Whether you change your appearance, but your genetics is always going to be XY. He's got the Y chromosome, right?
But is it that important? How many chromosomes? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, people can't really see your chromosomes.
Right.
I mean, like, you know, you take it for granted, but biologically it's XY and women are XX.
but I love that thing when that they caught the woman who was with the NAACP.
Oh,
and
that was so great.
Rachel
she
Dolezal.
was-
Oh
yeah.
God, I had so many jokes about
They
that.
found a guy like that this morning. It's in today's paper. He too claimed that he was black.
Outed as a white guy. I forgot what he was doing.
Yeah,
It was
everybody
something-
wants to be
it was
black.
something
But
for a
here's the
black
thing: why is that so terrible? But Bruce Jenner could say, "Call me a woman," and if we don't, people get mad at us. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
because Bruce Jenner is not the head of a women's organization claiming to represent all women, and then he turns out that he's a guy.
But I think that
everybody knows. This guy claimed that he was black and was also running some organization.
Yeah.
And
Same
then
as,
people found out that his
Doyle.
parents are white.
But I guarantee if Caitlyn wanted to be a part of a woman's organization, it would
She would be welcome.
She would be welcome.
She would be welcome as being part of it, but if she was the spokeswoman for many years, let's say she was going after women's rights, and then it turned out that she had been transgender, I think then people would look at it differently.
I don't think so.
I think you're
I think
completely
women-
wrong. I think because you can't say anything about transgender people without looking like you're, I don't know, anti whatever the hell the word is. You know?
No, but like, for instance, Rachel Dolezal was the head of the NAACP in her area. So
Yeah.
she put herself out as a person who was looking to improve things for black people, not being black. Claiming,
why is that
claiming
bad?
she was black. It's not bad. It's just that she misrepresented herself. If she was just a member of the NAACP,
That would've been
I
more
don't think people
commendable.
would give a fuck.
This white woman is so down.
I don't think people would give a
We
fuck.
would have said that.
if she
Oh, this
said-
white, she's so down. Like, but now she's too down. Like she wanted to be another color.
Too much.
Too down because she was the head. She was the fucking head of the
This white woman over
NAACP.
here mad down. She cool. Like that's what she should have went for.
Right.
Just because I'm sorry.
Be part of.
White people, listen. The only thing better than being black is getting that black approval. Because if we go,
Exactly.
we go, you cool
Yes,
as shit.
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
I have everything. I have everything.
You know what I do on Fridays? I compliment white dudes on their sneakers, and they do. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I gotta call my mom. It's the approval. So it's like, you know, but she went that way. That just hurt. That hurt me bad, man. I was like, dang.
That's hilarious.
She got the braids and she took pictures with a bunch of black dudes. She went to mail reviews and got hit in the face with a few black dicks, and now she's black. And we was like, I was like, dang, man, that's thanks, but
you
thanks,
see-
but no thanks.
You see what she's doing now? She is braiding hair in a beauty shop.
Yeah,
Now that she's not doing that. She's just like, she won't let go.
She's holding on.
She
She's
won't
going to
let
hold
go.
on.
You can't break her.
Yeah. Yeah, you
She
got to
wants
give her a
that
lot of
mash,
credit.
man.
Yeah.
Some people, yeah, man.
So that's how you spend your days off, complimenting white
Hey,
dudes?
man, good sneaks,
That's
man.
really funny,
Especially
man.
ones that's looking down, they look down on themselves. They're like, hey, man, don't worry about it. Them things is good. Thank you so much. Yeah, so.
That's funny as hell.
Black validation is very important.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. So funny today.
Thank you, man.
Derek Gaines. Very, very funny man. Broke-ass game show.
Broke-ass game show.
Will be premiering second season. You can go and see Jeffrey Gurian doing stand-up, too.
Can I plug show day?
Yeah, sure you can.
Saturday night, 12 o'clock, I'm at the Stand. Wednesday and Thursday of next week, I'll be at the Comedy Cell 11:30 show. Yeah, so.
Yeah, he didn't finish my plug.
And I'm sorry.
Jeffrey, where will you be at?
Karma Lounge.
Yeah, Karma
Karma
Lounge.
Lounge on Saturday. Tomorrow night, Creek in the Cave at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Love the creek. Not crazy about the cave. I got to be totally honest with you.
Cave and food.
It's
dry.
Yeah. It's a fun place.
Yeah. That's it for us. We'll see you all again in 1974.
Thank you.
Bennington!
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!